The USGA is driving golf forward, creating new opportunities for the game, and golfers everywhere make your lasting impact on the game's future by visiting usga.org/support. DJ, first to go. Back at 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the 2:13 starting time. Please welcome from Jupiter, Florida, our 2016 U.S. Open champion, Dustin Johnson.
This is the 3rd time he's been in the lead, tied for it after 54 holes back in 2010. The collapse at Pebble Beach, shot 82. 2015, shot even. And the heartbreak at 18.
From West Palm Beach, Florida, our 2017 U.S. Open champion, Brooks Koepka.
He has gone birdie, birdie, bogey at this opening hole. And trying to repeat, trying to become the 7th to do so, winning back-to-back U.S. Open championships. So these two friends who work out together, hang out together, play golf together, now walk down to the fairway here in 1 and the second to last pairing in the U.S. Open. While they were playing, this was Justin Rose up ahead of the green for birdie. Now Reed at 3.
Back shot.
Yeah. It's the hardest fairway to hit the first 3 days. Yesterday, somehow he birdied 3, 4, and 5. Nice stretch for Patrick Reed. Birdied the first 2 holes today. 1 back.
Second shot at 7 for Xander Schauffele. Tommy Fleetwood at 11.
This hole dangerously cut from the very back flat. Pretty good shot. No room for error except for short at 11.
Stenson at 2.
Well, 264 yards. He has to carry this about 235 to cover the false front. It's got a 400. It is straight downwind right now. I watched Hendrick and Justin warm up on the range, and it really was just an exhibition in how to just knock the center of the sweet spot out. It's amazing how that walk to the first tee can change a little bit of pressure and how you feel, but no signs of it with either one of these guys right now.
Oh, sweet.
That's a nice shot. Only seen a handful of balls inside 10 feet here at the second hole. 264 yards. At least it's downwind a little.
Back to 1, and in the fairway, it's Brooks Koepka.
And he will be first to play.
144 total, but his real yardage is 134 to carry the front left corner of this green. Wind out of the left.
He had a poor shot here yesterday, Curtis, but not today. Right dead at it. Good distance control. Nice start.
Justin Rose at 2.
Same club.
The difference a yard can make. That ball would have kicked right and fed right straight to the hole. Instead, it kicked into that bunker. And not an overly difficult shot.
Played this hole at 1 under par through the first 3 days. Now Johnson back at 1.
From 1 yard closer, 143 to the hole, 133 his carry.
Yeah, I like that
one. Pitch and wedge.
Oh, he had a little three-finger cut there, Curtis. It just launched over that bunker, and that repels the ball more than it does receive the shot. But #1 player in the world safely on the first green.
Number 39 player in the world, Matthew Fitzpatrick for birdie at 8. Now 2 back.
A lot of big dreams could be realized today. We've all made putts at home trying to win the U.S. Open.
Well, it was bunched up when everybody woke up this morning. It's getting even more so. The start of the day, 29 players within 6, 22 within 5, 6 players within 2 shots of the lead, and a 4-way tie at the top of the leaderboard. And there are some terrific players and major champions just lurking right off the lead.
They are. Now we get down to those 7s and 8s, and I'm starting to think that it would be more of a miracle because there's so many players between them and the top spot. And that's a lot of times what you look for, but they sure in the middle of the green. And another great shot for Patrick Reed. A virtual kick in here. He's got that for the hat trick.
Here at 6, Webb Simpson for birdie. Could get to within 2.
Everywhere you look, somebody's got a chance. Like a fireworks show.
Look here at 11 and can't knock it in. Still 3 back. Russell Knox now for birdie at 10.
Within 4 now with 8 holes to play.
Let's go back to 1 and Dustin Johnson looking at his birdie putt.
Well, this portion of the green goes from front to back, so DJ actually putting back up the hill. It'll move a little bit from his left to right.
Not a very good wedge shot there, Curtis, for DJ.
Round 3, most putts in PGA Tour career, 38 after going 26-27 through the first 2 rounds.
Well, a lot of it's where the holes were cut, the wind, the pressure, all added up to arguably his worst putting round of his career. Most of the putts, Joe, he hit outside of 15 feet, he left short. It was better speed there, even though it was still just a hair short. Expect to make those.
Now Brooks Koepka will have a terrific look at birdie to get the 2 over.
But I think a tough putt to read. The overall green should be a hook putt, but there's a shoulder coming off the bunker that might keep it from going as much left as he reads.
Up on top of the hill, the first tee, and our final pairing getting set to go. When they do, Tony Finau will be teeing off just under 3.5 hours later today than yesterday, and Daniel Berger over 4 hours later in the day than he did in round 3. A lot of pressure. How will they handle it? Tony Finau, Daniel Berger, last pairing of the day.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the 2:24 starting time. Please welcome from Lehi, Utah, Tony Finau.
Tied for 14th at Chambers Bay. By the way, Koepka made his par putt up ahead here on the green at 1. 1 win for Tony Finau in 4 years on the PGA Tour.
And from Jupiter, Florida, Daniel Berger.
25-year-old, top 50 player in the world. He's won twice on tour.
Remember, there was a last group tee shot at a U.S. Open first hole. This is the one you want. It's like a 40-acre field out there for these guys. By Daniel Berger. Well, we've all had big dreams about winning the U.S. Open growing up, Joe, every one of us. And I'm sure these two guys have as well, as do all the guys chasing it. It is a big dream, but if you want to pull it off today, you got to dream small. And that's one shot at a time, one hole at a time. Don't get ahead of yourself. I think in every sport, the big dream is to win it all. Play-by-play in the NFL, baseball's pitch to pitch. You got to dream small today, fellas. Collect yourself and do your thing.
There's Justin Rose for par at 2. What a nice save. Drove it into the bunk birdie putt. Rose even through 2. Now for 3 in a row to start the day for Patrick Reed, the Masters champion. Can't do any better.
Well, I'll tell you what, he just birdied the second and third most difficult holes on the golf course, and what a start. The turkey. If you're a bowler, you know what that is.
DJ at 2.
Get in the hole! Boy, what a shot for Dustin Johnson. These guys are the most visual athletes in the world. Picturing trajectory. That's the best player on the planet.
Fast and furious around this golf course. Here's Koepka now at 2. What a good shot here.
Win this, baby.
Another good look at birdie for Koepka. He missed his opportunity in 1. He birdied this hole yesterday. Now to 4 and Patrick Reed.
Appreciate you trying picking up that tee. Perfect.
He's birdied the first 3 holes. He is tied for the lead. Ahead at 8, Xander Schauffele for birdie. Two under for this final round, 3 back. Webb Simpson at 7 for birdie. Back at 1, Tony Finau first to hit.
140, just right of it? Yeah.
Found the fairway with ease. On the odds. Just got to work it in a little bit of right to left draw. Something he's been working on this. Mainly a fader, working with his draw.
Sit down.
It's okay. He's quite a bit farther back than the last few groups at 152 yards. Ken, most guys are in the 120s, 130s. Second shot into this green.
Now Berger.
Slightly better angle, slightly further down, 138. There's a big run off to the left of this flag, but he's about 6 yards away, so shouldn't come into play. Low ball hitter, Berger. Drills them in with a lot of grab.
What a shot. Tommy Fleetwood, every time we look, putting for birdie. Here he is at 12. What a round. 2 back. And 4 under for the day. We need a commercial break just to gather ourselves, figure out what we're watching. Who's going to win this? Going to be a fun finish. Might be a long, fun finish. To this day at Shinnecock Hills. Great theater for you today on Fox. Now Daniel Berger for birdie at 1. Finau missed his birdie putt. And Berger's not going to get a much better look anywhere all day than he just had a second ago.
That's a gut-wrenching start there after hitting 2 fabulous shots to get to that position. He expected it to go right. It went left. So, total misread. He started it directly in the center of the hole.
Now at 4, Patrick Reed.
Just peppering the flag stick. 3 feet, 6 feet, 3 feet, whatever that is.
Koepka at 3.
I can't see exactly, but I don't think that was a driver.
Curtis, he went with a long iron.
He has a driving iron, and there's not a number on the back of it, so you assume it's a 1 or 1.5.
He nuked it, and it's just rolling a country mile.
Dustin Johnson made par at 2. Shane Bacon and Brad Faxon rejoin the coverage. Guys, welcome back. I think we have a fun finish ahead. Here's DJ.
Thank you, Joe. DJ on the tee here at 3 with fairway wood.
A lot of help, a little bit out of his left.
Really? Easily the most difficult fairway to hit each of the first 3 rounds.
While all that was going on, the fight for low amateur is continuing, and Luis Gagne is tied with Matt Parziale for low amateur. Parziale has opportunity to win that medal.
Now at the 8th, Webb Simpson.
.58 yards. It's par 4, 435 with a much more approachable hole location today, and a good place to putt from Simpson.
Cars from this final pairing. Tony Finau now at 2.
264 yards, pin right at the back of the green, 34 centre. Breeze helping, although you can't really feel it from the tee. Little landing area short if you choose to pitch it as a short and run it up. If over the left side it does gather to the pin, but anywhere on the dance floor is a beauty here. 3's a good score.
Haven't seen anything like that here today. That just got away big time.
7th longest par 3 in U.S. Open history, 264 yards up the hill. So both those players coming off par at 1, and Finau in trouble. Here's Rose at 3.
Good effort there from Justin, just on the high side, about 18 feet. All business today on the driving range.
Now Berger back at 2.
With his flight, ideally wants to land just on the front edge with a little upslope. Just chase up the green.
You build a super Walmart between those two posts, Joe. They are a long way apart. That'll be a long and difficult bunker shot.
Over at the 4th, Patrick Reed for another birdie.
Ton of break around that hole. A little bit left to clean up.
13, Tommy Fleetwood's second shot. Under for the day.
Watch out for this guy now. He can get out here and post a score. The wind's forecast to come up within the next couple of hours.
Back over at the 8th, Webb Simpson after that great approach. This for birdie to get within 2.
I'll finish. Actually, I'm just going to wait, Jack.
Go back over to the 3rd and Dustin Johnson.
Kelly has 194 to the front of the green, straight downwind. It will chase on. I think it's played.
Cover that one bunker there, short of the green. Now I'm going to try to keep it left, obviously. That left corner is going to be like 120. Okay. The farthest one, right? Oh, no, this is that one. The second one's going to be 160.
You heard him talk about the bunker to carry is 160. It should chase from there. Pretty decent lie. Very lucky in the right rough.
Stay left.
This is hot.
This is good. Boy, I'll tell you what. There's only a handful of players in the field with the strength to get it to the green from there, and they're probably both in this group. What a shot.
Brad, that's where that strength shows its face in situations like that.
look at this. Muscling it out for Dustin Johnson.
You can't even see the ball in there. Curtis Strange said it wasn't that bad. It looks bad on television. Man.
Now Brooks Koepka.
Pretty simple here. Straight downwind. A little uphill.
This might go in. How about that? It is a completely different Shinnecock Hills right now. Dart after dart and birdie after birdie. Koepka a chance to get the 2 under on his round.
Well, he has hit 3 wonderful iron shots in the first 3 holes.
Daniel Berger in the bunker at 2.
And a nice slide. The bottom of the bunker fairly flat for a little bit of grit around it, which he's got out the way. So the splash shot should run out a little bit if he carries it sort of halfway. It's a little downslope, pretty fast. Over's no good.
Put in a bunch of bunkers, 9 bunkers this week. He's only got 4 up and down, and that's a chunk and a run. He's going to run right off the green, I think. That's not a good shot at all. That next shot's not overly difficult, but it is the second hole of the U.S. Open final group Sunday.
Another birdie putt for Tommy Fleetwood, 13. Five under for the day, 2 shots off the lead at the U.S. Open. Now Finau at 2.
Not the worst of lies, but there's a lot of hit and hope involved with his pin position from where he's playing from. He's a bit of luck.
Or skill. Now at 5, Patrick Reed, who made his par at 4.
Really important tee shot to put in the fairway. This is definitely reachable in 2, but only if you're in the fairway.
Birdie this hole the last 2 days. He's going to have to work for it here.
I can barely see the ball. He's going to have to get really lucky to be able to take a crack at the green.
Now the 3rd shot for Berger at 2.
There's a sort of bunt and run up the slope. He made a tricky shot look pretty darn easy.
We've seen some really nice shot play from over the green here today, Ken, and there's another one right there.
Yeah, back into the wind, a little bit of grass on the greens as well.
Up ahead at the 3rd, and Dustin Johnson, this 4 birdie and a temporary share. Brooks Koepka in a little bit closer for his own birdie.
And what a good look this is. Oh, somewhere around 8 feet, just a smidge from the right. Level. We always talk about taking advantage of your opportunities. This is one good one.
Just slides by the right side. That'll be a disappointing 4 for Dustin Johnson. Daniel Berger did clean up for bogey on the last.
If there's any consolation, making a par out of the rough here. I mean, this is a tough driving hole.
Matthew Fitzpatrick for birdie at 10. He and Fleetwood absolutely on fire.
Now Brooks Koepka, this 4 birdie and a 2-shot lead. Defending champion, now 2 clear of Dustin Johnson as he just cruises along here early in this final round.
Finau for par at 2.
Everything about that putt looked like it would go to the right.
All of a sudden, Brooks Koepka with a 2-shot lead as he goes to the 4th. So tight at the top here at the 118th version of the U.S. Open.
6-mile walk here at Shinnecock Hills over 4 rounds. You better be athletic. Here's Koepka at 4.
Hugging that left side. You see the tracer.
Yeah, Brad, first hole back into the breeze.
That caught the rough. I don't know if it got in the deepest fescue.
Up ahead at 11, Fitzpatrick at this little par 3.
Well, we just saw Matthew birdie 10, 4 under on the day.
Let's go, Cat!
Good iron shot right at the flag. Hit a 2 here yesterday.
Up ahead at the 4th is the 3rd shot for Justin Rose.
Surprisingly, the ball striking troubles have continued for Justin. Keeps pulling his irons in the fairway bunker off the tee, and now he goes right underneath that one.
Just an awkward looking stance from Fleshy underneath that thing.
Was hit just 1 green on the front 9 yesterday. 20th on the PGA Tour in greens in regulation.
Down to 14 and Tommy Fleetwood, who has parred this hole each of the first 3 days.
How far back is he?
He struggled in the final rounds of the last 2 majors. 5 under today. This has been a clinic.
Yeah, it has. And we listed a group of guys that might be the most explosive, Joe, that were back in the pack, and Fleetwood was one of those guys. Brimming with confidence, paying off his good shots with good putts. And now the most difficult hole on the course, the 14th. He's right in the middle of the fairway. That's going to only be the 2nd green he's missed in regulation, but that is a nice spot to be.
Ranked 12th in the world, 4-time winner on the European Tour.
It's a moment ago at the 4th, Dustin Johnson.
Similar line to Koepka down the left. Wow, exactly the same place, those two.
Now up at the green, Justin Rose is 4th.
Well, we talked about how he didn't hit many greens. He didn't have many putts yesterday. It was tough conditions, and that one got away from him too. A little bounce there and no check.
Visit U.S.
Well, you viewers that haven't watched early this morning on this green, we haven't seen one player, not one, reach the cup yet here. Boy, so many of those putts have stayed there and not broken left. Good effort for Fitzpatrick. 4 over and 3 back at Koepka.
Now at 3,
Berger.
Things a little haywire for Berger, missing a short putt at 1, bogey on 2 with an errant iron. Now an errant tee shot on the 3rd. That might have hurt him there. See him shaking his wrist. Went from tied to the lead to 3 back, and he hasn't even finished the 3rd hole yet. Here, maybe you can see why. Oh, look at that. The twisting. Look how weak his right hand grip looks right there. Man.
There was the rough here in 95 that knocked Tiger Woods out of the U.S. Open as an amateur. Berger now shaking his hand after trying to get it out of that nasty stuff here at 3. goes here for bogey at 4. While everybody else is going low, Rose is going to card a double bogey at 4. Now Finau on the other side here at 3.
Abbreviated finish there, trying to run this up, asking it to stop. That's hot. It's a second green. He's barreled over the back. Ooh, that trampled down, walked upon rough. Oof. You get luckier. Really sticky coming out of there. Another strong player.
Here's Patrick Reed, second shot out of the rough at 5.
Well, the theme this week has been missed fairway, missed green, and in this case, missed fairway and able to reach the green in 2, albeit barely offline. That is not a difficult bunker shot for a player of Patrick Reed's caliber.
And back to our lead, Brooks Koepka. See here this week when he hit the fairway, he's 5 under par. Missed fairway, he is +9.
This 186, big clump of grass right behind his ball. It has to get really steep.
Rolex. Get up.
Muscled that one out of there. You were talking about strength. He missed a big part of this season with a left wrist injury, and Zinger, he still went right at that.
He didn't flinch at all. He attacked impact like a man on a mission.
There's that big clump right there Curtis was telling us about. I think he's in pretty good shape. Now Dustin.
Well, if the lie is sitting down, it's somewhat of, again, I talk about a bird's nest. There's a lot of grass around the ball. He can get it forward, but he's not going to be able to control it. Pretty good looking here.
Boy, he flew it to the green, and he stopped it on this green.
Well, that's 2 players that we talk about their strength and how far they hit it, but to be able to hit it out of both of those lies is an advantage over most of the field.
It's like Jack Nicklaus used to have. Just unreal.
Talk about unreal. Fleetwood now for birdie at 14. Another.
Well, he left it in a great spot. If you're going to come up short or miss the screen, that's the spot.
6 under, 2 off the lead. And tied for second.
It's only the 4th birdie here today. Yesterday, this hole was virtually impossible. Not 1 birdie on 14 yesterday.
Tony Finau's 3rd at the 3rd.
Well, he elected to go up with that like he did on the second hole. Pretty good control, getting it on the correct side of the hole. It's just a hard place to miss over this green at 3.
Now Patrick Reed, greenside bunker on the par 5 fifth.
Well, there are a lot of rocks in a number of these bunkers, and normally you wouldn't be able to do that, but it's a local rule. The rocks are considered movable obstructions, so they can move them out of the way. And if the ball were to move in the process of moving one of the rocks, you replace it, no penalty.
They're coarse, the bunkers here. It's difficult to hit a lot of, clippers and saucy little spinners out of here. You see more kind of chunk and runs than anything. And Patrick Reed would have to be pretty brave to fly this thing back there trying to put spin on it. Top 25 in sand saves for the season.
Really dangerous shot. He's got to keep it under the hole. I suspect about 10 feet short and left, because anything right of this flagstick will roll off, and long left will too.
Yeah, he was somewhere in between techniques there, Brett. You can tell by the sound he clipped it maybe a little closer than he wanted.
Back over. Golf ball. Yeah, Paul back over at 4. Koepka with his third.
It's not the toughest. The slope in front is not that steep.
Great touch there for Koepka. Just about 45 or 46 feet from the fringe. Strong and good touch.
Now Finau for par at 3.
12 feet, mainly up the slope. A slightly nervy start from these two.
See a couple bogeys there for Finau through 3. On the other side of the golf course, a man that is making noise, Tommy Fleetwood, 6 back to start the day.
Yeah, Shady missed this fairway yesterday. Much different conditions. Thank you. Quick thank you. Hits the down slope and gets right down there. He's made 7 birdies today. That's as many as he made in the previous 3 days. Awesome.
You could drive it through the eye of a needle. Facts. This guy's only missed 1 fairway today at Tommy Fleetwood.
Now Dustin Johnson, after muscling that second out here at 4, this 4 birdie.
Justin's got to do something here to try and catch his smash mate here. The guy they work out. They worked out again this morning. They like these late tee times. Wide right there. Look at that getaway. This is the 9 yesterday. Dustin had a little trouble on the greens.
Now at 3, Daniel Berger, 4's par.
And another bogey for Berger. Interesting, we watched Berger come out to the golf course close to 3 hours before his tee time, get on the putting green, practicing some drills. I mean, I don't blame him. You know, he was at home all afternoon watching. He had a long time to, before this afternoon's tee time. He got out here, and that's a different preparation than he had yesterday. That's for sure. A shaky start for the final group.
Long birdie putt for Patrick Reed at 5.
Just close to 20 feet. Should move just slightly to his right.
This guy is as serious as a hangnail right now. Look at his look on his face. 4 out of the first 5.
It's what he did yesterday. Birdieing 4 of the first 5. But he's made only 4 birdies all week after the 5th hole. He's going to have to keep it going today.
Great shot, Curtis. Easy. Oh, that'll be all right. He'll have no trouble reaching from there.
Come on, Dustin.
I'll tell you this much. If you're more confident than Dustin,
He started bench pressing. Here's Patrick Reed.
Yeah, Patrick.
Well, that's an aggressive tee shot. A little beautiful little swinger left to right. It seems to be Patrick Reed's go-to shot. He used it quite often there down the stretch at his Augusta National.
Go to the 15th, Fleetwood 2nd.
Just a little gap wedge here. Flag's not blowing nearly as hard as it's been. And, got that one to stop a little quickly. 30 feet or so short of the hole.
Up here at 5, we have Henrik Stenson's 3rd shot.
Henrik chased a 3-iron up here from 281. Now he's just looking straight up the mouth of the green. You can see he's elected a putter. Has to be careful because just 6 paces behind this hole, it'll run right off the back about 30 yards.
There's been a whole pile of birdies on this hole today. 22 birdies. Settle down. There it goes. That's too much sugar for a nickel right there. I give you a tummy ache every time. A real head shaker there by Stenson.
Now at the fourth, Finau second.
This is the punch-out clinic here. Who's stronger than who? A good place to be when you get out left right just in front of this screen.
Go back to 15, and Fleetwood, this for birdie, this to get within one of the lead.
Well, he's made 4 threes in a row, 3 birdies in a row.
He's going to do it again. He did it again. Fleetwood, a shot back. Biggest comeback in U.S. Open history over the final day is 7. Fleetwood 6 back to start, 1 shot back now. Par in for 63.
He's not thinking parring in right now, Shane Bacon. Look at that reaction. That is a man full of confidence in every single part of his game right now.
Now here at 6, Patrick Reed.
And you can hear all the roars in the golf course. And after Patrick made birdie on 5, he looked around. There isn't a scoreboard from 5 all the way to the 7th green, so he does not know how he stands.
We didn't hear any roars yesterday. These players were helpless on this golf course, but not today.
He stands 1 shot off the lead.
Nobody's sneaking up now on this championship. These guys know where they stand. Every once in a while, you can post early and sit back and watch, but they're all going to feel it. Even Fleetwood, way out front, knows where he stands. As does Patrick Reed right here. That's right where you're supposed to hit it. It's a dangerous hole there on the left-hand side of that green.
Stenson's 4th shot at 5.
Yeah, that's a real lost opportunity for Henrik Stenson right in front of the green in 2.
Now at the 4th, Finau's 3rd.
Little chip up the bluff at the front of the green, going up the hill is stuck in. Just to report in, boys, the wind is picking up, so Tommy Fleetwood might be able to post a score here. The wind's freshening and drying out.
The 12th, Fitzpatrick has this for par.
Tricky little putt here. Fitzpatrick drops here at the 12th to go back to 3 under for the round and 5 over the championship. 4 back now.
Goes for par at 5. And Justin Rose now 3 over for this final round. 7 over for the championship, 6 back.
Right behind here is the 16th tee, where we catch up with Tommy Fleetwood. He shot 66 on Friday. I asked him, do you think that was out there? He kind of smiled and said no, and I still hope it's not. He's got a chance to shoot an all-timer here today.
This hole, par 5, playing back into the wind, back up the hill towards this gorgeous clubhouse, 621 yards. See those numbers there? That's a fast clubhead speed, 118 miles an hour. Clubhead speed. All the players are having a layup today into the wind, this monster.
Second shot for Koepka at 5.
That's from 239 straight downwind, has to land it short of the green.
Which he did, kicks up and on. And it will stay.
Now at the 4th, Berger's got this for birdie.
Dustin Johnson gets a little right there at the end, and a good putt for Berger. Maybe this can help settle him down a little bit.
Second shot for Johnson at 5.
So much easier. Second shot because playing out of the short grass. Huge spot on top.
Well, he's only had one putt in the last 23 holes after one putting 17 times in the first 36. Worst case, that's a 2-putt birdie. We'll be right back.
We'll have that tap for birdie to get back to level par for the championship. And then he will try to dodge an eagle from Dustin Johnson. Here at 6, it's Patrick Reed for birdie. Still a great start to this final round for Reed, the Masters champion. He is 4 under. He'll have that for par. Now DJ for eagle at 5.
Yeah, both of these players are really playing well. They both drove it well here. Koepka in the left short rough. But now Dustin, after a huge drive,
hard to believe, Curtis, he could have 17 one-putts the first 2 days and only one putt the last 22 holes. Some of that's pressure, some of it's wind. We know how this guy can get that flat stick rolling. This would be huge right here. He's way off the mark.
Our putt for Patrick Reed at 6. One back for the moment. Dustin for birdie. Now 2 over, 1 under today.
You know, he hit pretty good yesterday, but really, and he said his strength the first 2 rounds, Dustin Johnson, was his short game, and hit 10 of 14 fairways yesterday. Hit a bunch of greens, Joe, but couldn't putt it in the ocean. Easy 2-putt birdie there. Now Koepka, this would be a heck of a birdie after driving it into that left-hand rough, showing no favoritism, just total disregard for his left wrist injury.
Even for the week. And leading by 2.
While they were putting up ahead, Tommy Fleetwood at 16 a second.
I'll tell you what, this is some confidence here, taking a 3-wood, choosing to get it up towards this green. Gonna stay in the fairway. Oh, and it just tops in there. We'll see if that comes to bite him here, but he's got a lot of room. This whole location is 22 steps from the front.
Go to the par 3 7th and Patrick Reed.
And 180, playing closer to 190 with this breeze with 6 iron.
Just perfectly judged. I love he cut it up into the wind there like that. This guy's got some real grit here. Moves the ball both ways.
Get that second one.
Now at the 16th, Tommy Fleetwood's 3rd, and Steve Flesh has caught up with Fleetwood.
Shane, you saw he rolled just into the intermediate cut here. It's staying a little cuppy. It's back into the breeze. The fact that the greens are significantly softer than yesterday will help him out tremendously here. 73 yards. Could not have a better angle. This right up the center of the green.
It looks like a flyer lie, Steve.
It's going to come out a little bit knuckly, facts, but like you say, he's got 22 yards to green to work with. Playing right up the fall line, so he just has to determine how much he wants to fly into the green. I'm guessing maybe halfway back to the hole and let it release.
How about this? Boy, what a shot. I like coming out of the rough sometimes into the wind. It really helps to focus you on the shot you got to hit, allows it to run up there. So many players have been so short on that shot, and that putt to get to 8 under for the day.
Koepka now on the tee at 6.
This going well to the right. This is an important tee shot to put in the fairway, Curtis. He's going to be over in that sugar sand. It looks like a clean lie. It's his 3rd straight missed fairway.
Daniel Berger's second shot at 5.
Par 5s are both average under par for the week. Chance here, this 5th play down green, 152 yards.
I'm not even trying to hit this on the green. I'm just trying to hit the short. Yeah, just trying to front. I just hit it like a low creeper on that run.
Blackberry gives the instructions not trying to hit it on the green. Tommy Fleetwood has managed to get it just on the front edge. 5-iron, going to come out. Does it quickly. Touch and goes, especially if it's just short of the screen. So hitting it over the back for the easiest little chip.
Will that stay? And it will. Carried enough momentum. Get it to stay on the green.
We're headed to 16, and Tommy Fleetwood looking for a birdie here to get to 8 under on his round.
Well, he knows where he stands. There's leaderboards here everywhere. Reality may be setting in. 13 feet. Left it short back up the hill.
That was for 5 birdies in a row, par 70. As we take a look at the lowest rounds in a major, you see 60 wood as well.
Here is Matt Parziale at 18. If he makes it for birdie, he's a low amateur. He will share that honor with Louis Gagne.
That's great. That is absolutely great. He deserves it. They both do.
Firefighter in Brockton, Mass. Former professional, regained his amateur status, and here he is. 16 over par. Will Grimmer, who showed so well, made the cut from Ohio State. Gagne, the 3 amateurs to play on the weekend here at the U.S. Open.
Here at the 7, Patrick Reed for birdie.
And yes, he's 4 under today per his round, but the most impressive thing to me is he's been hole high on all of his iron shots. Now he's got 12 feet downhill, should break a little bit left to right. If there's ever a putt that's going to be quick today, it's going to be this one.
And Patrick Reed does it again. 5 under on the round through 7. 1 back at Koepka, and Koepka's hearing that You know, he can see that crowd from the 6th fairway. Wow.
One more look at this from down below. Perfect pace, Brad.
Boy, just a relaxed setup. He's got perfect posture, just where you want to be, over the ball. And what a putt.
His Ryder Cup partner did it in 2015, won the Masters, followed it up with a U.S. Open title, and Patrick Reed's trying to do it here in 2018. What a start.
Now Koepka here in the rough to the right side here at 6.
Well, Koepka very lucky. He missed the tall fescue to the right. He has a perfect lie from 211. Breeze gently out of his left. Flag stick all the way back left.
Must be an 80-footer for Koepka, right down the middle, Curtis.
Now Johnson.
Now Dustin Feist has to be careful to miss left. Good shot there.
I'll say. Hole high.
You know, with no rough around these greens, you have to be careful, short and side yourself this week.
No, we haven't seen too many balls get any closer than that. That's a terrific shot in a left to right wind with that big bunker looming large there for Dustin Johnson. Now after that incredible birdie at 7. Here's Patrick Reed at 8.
Well, this par 4, 435 yards. We said it again and again, the largest fairway on the course, but he's got to be sure of his line off the tee. Starts it down the right side, goes after the tee. Should get a kick towards the left. Just perfect. Only missed one fairway today. He looks like he could walk through fire right now.
Daniel Berger for eagle at 5. What a terrific putt.
Yeah, not a great start for Daniel Berger, but that'll help.
Now it's 17. It's Fleetwood. 7 under for the round. 2 back.
How do you do?
He's parred this 17th hole each of the first 3 rounds, and he'll have that to get to 8 under. Finau now for eagle at 5.
Dead of line.
But a tap in to get to 5 over for the championship, and back to Koepka at 6.
Well, I don't know how far it is. Probably 100 feet. Not the most difficult pitch. You think you'd come in low and run it all the way back there, fairly flat from front to back. Slightly uphill right at the hole. Just all about speed here.
Yeah, Curtis, is there any reason why he wouldn't putt this? It's just too far. It's about 90 feet.
Well, I think we've seen all week long, Zing, is that the players are doing whatever they feel comfortable at the time. Ordinarily, he would probably pitch this, and that's what he's doing.
Well, he's going to stick that leading edge right in the ground. This will be a nice big backswing, no follow through. I don't know if I wouldn't have putted that, but
Well, if nothing else, I think I'd have gone in with a little straighter face club.
We want storylines. Koepka, third hole, second shot.
Well, this hole has been a monster this week. Hardest fairway to hit the entire championship, and from right slap to dab in the middle, he just stuffs it in there for a kick-in birdie at 3.
Here's Patrick Reed now for birdie. This is actually at the 7th. He gets it to trickle in.
Patrick Reed is evil and making a charge.
Dustin Johnson now. Second shot of the par 5 fifth. And able to get it up top on this green, made birdie. We'll pick up Tommy Fleetwood live at 17, putting for birdie. 7 under for this round with 1 hole to play. You want storylines? You've got Brooks Koepka trying to repeat. Here he is at 6. You've got Patrick Reed trying to win the Masters and the U.S. Open in the same year. And you've got Tommy Fleetwood shooting for a 63 or maybe a 62. And this will be for Patrick, rather for Brooks Koepka, a tap-in bogey.
Well, he didn't play a lot of good shots on that hole. He strung a couple poor ones together. Bad tee shot. Started him off.
Here's Tyrrell Hatton a moment ago at 9. Third shot. Got it.
Oh, Mackerel up the hill, down the hill. He'd probably sell that.
Now DJ for birdie at 6.
Just slightly back up the hill. Will move from his right to left.
Green.
That was for a share of the lead. Work for his par now.
And at the 8th, Patrick Reed with his second.
And now 155. It doesn't feel like the wind's blowing much in the fairway, but up by the green, it's blowing pretty hard. Let's see if we can get it past the hole.
This green will help his draw if it's a little right of the flag, and it did. That's a good place to putt, and actually pretty flat putt, even though he's behind this hole location. Good spot
for a 6th birdie in his first 8 holes.
Fleetwood on the tee at 18.
Huge tee shot. Sorry.
Yeah, no, Paul. Tommy has to pay particular attention to this fairway bunker on the left, 285. It is back into the breeze. He hits it a long way, but tall order to carry on that angle today. Got to be playing 320, so he's got to keep it to the right.
Just 3 birdies here all day.
Yeah, that's a pearl there. He needed it. You miss this fairway, you're going to miss this green.
We'll get back to Fleetwood in a moment and set up what he's trying to accomplish. Here's Dustin Johnson for par at 6. 1 back. And now Patrick Reed and Brooks Koepka tied for the lead at 1 over. Tickets for the 119th U.S. Open at Pebble Beach next June are now on sale. Visit usopen.com and click tickets for more information.
say, 170 front, 1 to the front, 181 to the hole.
Another leaking shot, asking it to get up, or it could come all the way down. Oh boy, that was way right. Way down there. We haven't seen a ball that far right this week.
Now Koepka.
7 iron. He drives the ball down much more than DJ. This is a bullet.
And a beauty. That's a seed. You saw the apex at 100 feet. Now he's got 5 feet for birdie.
Koepka, a chance to take the lead. It's Koepka and Reed tied. Destin chasing. Fleetwood, a chance to make history here at Shinnecock Hills.
Chance for history here today for Tommy Fleetwood. He's 7 under par. A par here at the 18th hole. Give him the 6th 63 in U.S. Open history. A birdie, the first 62 in U.S. Open history, and only the second one in major championship play.
Oh, come on. Get that.
Oh, what a shot.
You know, this guy has been different than a lot of the players who have seen their name creep up that board. When his name got there close to the leaders, he's kept the pedal to the metal, floored to the ground. That is a beautiful strike on the last hole when he needed it most. And now the most critical of putts awaits Tommy Fleetwood.
Well, that was going on a moment ago at 7. Dustin Johnson.
So test all your nerve.
What a shot!
Flew it all the way there. The courage to do that and trust that it's going to stop. That's his new 64-degree sand wedge.
You think these fans don't know? Think they're not wise to what's going on here? A chance to see history on the 18th green at Shinnecock Hills.
You know, Joe, I'll say it again. Once that Dustin Johnson posted and got to 4 under par, everybody who made a move got close and fell back. I could name them, but we don't need to. This is the only guy that has made the move, and I guess Koepka as well, that didn't spit the bit. He's got one more shot to play.
Head to 7 quickly. Koepka for birdie and the outright lead.
And the first error for Koepka. Now he's got a long putt back for par.
Patrick Reed at the 8th. Just scares the hole. Back at 7, Koepka has this for par, similar distance to what he just had for birdie.
And now he gets to go, and tell you what, that's a confident Brooks Koepka on the greens too. Speed he tried to hit that putt in with, and on the time he took to hit the next one.
Now Tommy Fleetwood. It would be the first 62 in U.S. Open history. If he pars it, be the 6th 63. Paul, there are different courses, different course setups. The last 3 U.S. Opens here at Shinnecock Hills, no one has ever shot below 65.
That's going down.
in U.S. Open play. So close.
Oh, that was just history. 8 feet away from history.
He shot 78 yesterday. 66 had been his lowest career round on the PGA Tour.
You could hear he and his caddy talking, and they read it to be reasonably straight, so it was as much a misread as it was a mishit. That putt broke a good 2 or 3 inches to the right on him.
But he puts up 2 over for everybody to look at.
A moment ago at the 7th, this short one for par for Dustin Johnson to remain a shot off the lead.
Left to righter got him again. Got a little wavy with some putts yesterday. That putter seems to cut across on these. Just when you thought he'd be making a beautiful save from short right here. Drops the shot to go back to even for the round and 3 over.
Tommy Fleetwood, a 63, somehow might walk off a hair disappointed. A chance for history, but he's just a shot back, and he'll enjoy it all in the clubhouse.
It could have been when you watch him over the last 3 holes.
Might be.
Go to the 8th, and Brooks Koepka 2nd.
From 142 back into just a gentle breeze. The breeze has really not picked up like we thought it would today.
Another iron shot almost hitting the flagstick.
Now Patrick Reed a moment ago at 9, second shot.
Be good. Ball. Be good.
Tied for the lead and above the hole here at 9.
Well, that's actually a pretty good shot. I mean, you just cannot try to fit that ball between the front edge and the flagstick.
Now Dustin Johnson at 8.
From 1 yard closer, from 141.
Oh, boy, he just looks a little thin, but it got it to roll down there.
Dustin Johnson needs the putter to leak up. He's going to have a chance at this championship. Follow U.S. Open on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram using the hashtag US Open to join the conversation.
So now Reed, who is 5 under for his round, tied for the top spot with Koepka. He makes par here at 9. He'll go out in 30. Birdie, 29. Best score on the front 9 this week is 31.
And this should be really quick down this hill, braking hard from right to left. Only concern is trying to judge the speed correctly. If it falls in, great.
Oh, boy. Oh, he's left himself one of those. And we all know what those are. Whew.
Over at the 8th, Dustin Johnson has a look for a birdie.
You know, he really looks at these putts from all angles, along with his brother, caddy, Austin. They give it a lot of thought. They're actually much slower on the green than they are in the fairway. This one, well, I say she start slightly to the left and straight with the hole.
This old cup, almost right edge of that old cup. Do you have more than that? Or?
Yeah, I got a little more than that.
A little more than that? That's fine. I like that.
He's done 14 holes straight without a 1 putt. This would be 15 if he doesn't get it to go.
Finally makes a 1 putt. I was going to say this guy needs a right to lefter here to give him some confidence. You heard him say to AJ, just playing a little bit more than that. I like it when he overrules the caddy.
And Curtis, we are seeing putts go in from everywhere. What are the conditions like right now down there on the course?
They're exactly the way they started. It has not picked up at all. It's still southwest, still slightly as they get ready to play the 9th hole out of the right. It's not affecting these shots very much at all. Maybe a little bit downwind, maybe a little bit into the wind. But they do this every day. This is a game played outdoors. It is not picking up yet, and therefore not drying up this golf course like we saw yesterday.
Koepka now to answer this from inside 9 feet for his 4th birdie of the day.
Boy, outside of that tee shot on 6, he has hit every shot right on the button, especially these iron shots.
Just falls away.
That bounce so bad. So that bounce so bad.
I heard the commentary saying how much he thought it bounced. Looked like a good stroke for sure.
Now Reed for par at 9.
There you go. That'll make your palms sweat. Waiting to hit that putt right there is making my palms sweat for him. Unforced error for Patrick Reed as he 3-putts the 9th.
Back at the 7th, Daniel Berger, this for birdie.
Similar to where Patrick Reed was. Berger and Finau both 2 over for the rounds today in the final group.
Now Reed for bogey.
This is 3rd 3-putt green in this championship. And when I said one of those, that's what I was talking about. That knee knocker is brutal.
Let's go down to Shane O'Donoghue.
Yeah, 63 from.
Now lost form.
Go game,
A moment ago here at 9, Dustin Johnson.
This is another tee shot. If you miss the fairway, you are going to miss the green. That is a bomb over the hill, way down there. Tommy Fleetwood hit 5-iron to 9 earlier today. It'll be a 5-iron for Dustin Johnson.
Now Patrick Reed here at 10.
This is another awkward-looking drive. It's unnerving, actually. I don't care how many times you play it. The players make a decision whether to go run it down the hill or keep it up on top. Patrick Reed going with the long iron, and he'll have a clean look at the flagstick from on top of that hill.
Now Koepka back at 9.
Drink paint!
Perfect.
Well, he tied some history. Couldn't make the putt for 62, but what a round. He is right there now, sitting and watching with the rest of us. 1 back. Dustin Johnson now his 2nd shot at 9.
That's a 174, putting 184 straight up the hill.
Well, Dustin Johnson took the lid off the hole in the last. Maybe he can do it again here at 9.
Your girlfriend, easy.
Now Koepka.
Well, after a beautiful tee shot, one place you can't come up is a little bit short of this flag high. It will come all the way off the front of the green.
Go ahead, Curtis. You know, while you watch these shots in here at 9, it's the hardest hole today.
Well, it is. You saw still some moisture in the greens and the lack of wind. They can control how far it goes.
Patrick Reed, second shot at 10.
It's a dangerous shot. You did not want to go long. Yeah, that's well done.
Coming off the bogey at 9.
Back at the 8, Tony Finau for a much-needed birdie.
Very similar to where Dustin Johnson made his from. A good place to putt from. Finau now 5 over and 4 back.
And just 2 over for this
4-horse race at the moment.
There have been only 5 birdies here at the 9th. Curtis Strange so far in this final round, and both guys have a pretty good look.
They really do, and both just slightly below the hole, which is even better. As we've said all week long, this green has so much slope from back to front. But, you know, they hit good tee shots, and they have the strength to get it up in the air and stock it quickly. You see them hitting a lot of irons off these tees, and that's what they can do. Instead of having to hit driver or 3-wood, they're so long they can drop it in the fairway with these long irons. So this is a good chance for both of them.
Well, they're the Pin-High Masters today. Only a couple of miscues maybe from either one of them, Curtis, but they've been even with the hole almost all day long, and just shows you that they're in control. They have great feel for what they're doing today, and really the utmost pressure, and that's impressive.
Let's back up the slope a little bit. Speed not an issue. Unless you don't hit it hard enough.
Well, it's understandable. It creeps back up that hill right there at the last second. It's better than being above it. Reed was a little while ago. He 3-putted the 9th green for his 3rd 3-putt of the championship. Now Reed up the hill here at 10.
In all of 27 feet back up the hill, breaking left to right, a little bit into the wind.
Little hop there right out of the gate.
It definitely hopped there, Zing, taking some of that speed off it.
You watch Patrick Reed putt, and well, all these guys putt here towards the end, and when they start coming up short, that's when you know the pressure's got them changing the way they feel. We've all experienced that. But Patrick Reed hadn't come up short on anything yet.
Now Dustin Johnson after Brooks Koepka tapped in his par putt.
Well, after a good make on the last hole. Had a nice look at Brooks Koepka's putt.
That pitch mark right of the hole.
Of course, I guess Reed was woefully short here on 9, and it cost him.
Pitch mark about a foot right. I was getting just a fraction more than that. Okay. No, it's fine. It's good. I got it.
Dustin Johnson could not reach on a putt yesterday. He took the lid off on the last hole. Let's see if he can bury another one. Stretch of holes coming up, Joe. 10 through 14 are nightmarish and can completely eliminate your chances here at this championship. And these guys make that walk across the road over there to 10T. They know they got their work cut out for them.
It's really known around here at Shinnecock Hills as the heart of this golf course. The teeth on this golf course certainly is for the membership, and well, when you have a US 63.
Yeah, 9%
Here at the 11th, Patrick Reed.
You can hear he and his caddy say try to hit it 90%. Total yardage 159.
Appreciate it, bud. Thank you.
Want to land this a solid 10 yards short of this flagstick. You do not want to get anywhere near it. All you see is just that back edge, and you know it drops off 20 yards.
Brett, this is the easiest this green's been to hit all week long, but the hardest it is to make two with this back hole location. Oh, no! That is so far over. It's in the rough. Huge miscue there by Patrick Reed. Hit on the downslope. Jumped way over.
A moment ago, Ian Poulter at 13 for birdie.
Poulter crept right up that leaderboard on Friday and was just one shot back, and then went triple bogey to conclude his round. And there's Koepka, looks like he's got an iron, but I think he's got the kind of power that can crest the hill there at 10 and possibly get all the way to the bottom, helping a little right to left.
All we saw yesterday, DJ.
Quiet, please. Quiet, please,
And
everybody.
again, Joe, if you miss the fairway at 10, you're probably going to miss the green. There it goes, right down the hill.
I dream about shots like that.
What an intangible, huh, Curtis? That kind of power.
Oh, my gosh.
What an intangible that is.
Well, he hit a lot of irons on his backside yesterday. Let's see what he does today.
Quiet, please.
Koepka.
That one won't quite crest the hill. Advantage DJ here. Just one shot separates the two. Patrick Reed in a terrible spot on 11. Tommy Fleetwood in the clubhouse at one shot back.
Ahead at 11, Reed second from over the green.
Well, that would have gone off the front of the green with the speed that had. Just a horrible place to have pitch from. Great fortune for Patrick Reed.
This bounce might have just saved Patrick Reed's chances of back-to-back majors. Bank shot off the flagstick here at 11. He'll have a chance for par. What a break. Reed just a shot at the flagstick on the 17th hole at Augusta National on Sunday on his way to a Masters victory. See if he can save par here after doing it at 11.
Oh, what a putt by Reed. Did everything but go in.
A bogey for Reed. Now two shots back, but over the back of the 11th, we saw Jordan Spieth make a triple bogey earlier this week. What would have happened if it didn't clank off the flagstick there?
Well, Brett quickly said he had a bad lie and kind of had hard pan, and that thing came scooting out of there. That could have gone anywhere down into the bunker.
Now at 10 up top is Brooks Koepka.
Yeah, it's a little turn a wee bit longer. 3/4 sort of couple on it.
From 165, a little bit of hurt out of the right. This has got to be a big 8-iron.
In the hole! In the hole! In the hole! Beauty, Brooks! Brooks! Hey, yo, Brooks!
Well, he continues to hit good shot after good shot.
Well, that's better than good, Curtis. If you miss this green today, you're going to be 30 to 40 yards from the hole. Doesn't matter where you miss it, it just runs away. Now Dustin Johnson.
61 yards closer to the hole, 104.
Well, that was average at best. Not a very good shot at all for the best player on the planet.
Back at 9, Tony Finau for birdie.
The only player we've seen today fit that ball between the flagstick and the front edge, and Tony Finau still hanging in there like a bulldog.
His third birdie on the first 9. Look at the performance over the last 9 holes here this week. Koepka has played them at 6 over, DJ even, Patrick Reed 4 over, and Tony Finau, and he is headed there after that birdie 3 under.
You might not think that means much, but it actually means a lot. How a player feels.
Reed tee shot on the way here at 12. Aggressive play with driver.
That's going to be in the thickest stuff, bud.
I heard that comment. That's going to be in the thickest stuff. That thing settled right down to the bottom.
Now Finau at 10.
He's got the power to skate this iron right down to the bottom. Dustin Johnson did just a few minutes ago. There it goes. Tony Finau, he apologizes to the sweet spot before he draws it back. That was blasted.
Moment to go at 18, second shot, Matthew Fitzpatrick.
Go.
What a shot. He's had a rough back 9, but as good as you can hit it here at 18. Back to the green at 10, and Dustin Johnson.
Well, flag high again, which is the good thing. The bad thing is he's at the hole when it loses speed. It's going to move pretty hard from left to right. Paul, what's that technique that Austin's using? Aim point?
Yeah, that my eyes glaze over, so I'm not going to try to explain it. It's actually, I think it simplifies things for the players. Faxon knows it way better than anybody on this broadcast team, but you know, not a very good wedge shot, sand wedge shot for Dustin Johnson down there, Curtis.
No, but I think from his angle and a completely blind shot, I think if you make a mistake here, especially on the last 9 holes, it has to be toward the middle of the green. Any mistake now is so magnified to the outcome of this championship.
I don't know what that is, but they had it just inside the Soul Cup here. See, the Soul Cup was just inside of that.
He and his brother have talked more on the greens the last day and a half or so, Joe, than maybe all year. But I think a big part of the reason is that Dustin Johnson's lost sight of the line. You know, when that happens, you have a blank spot in front of you instead of something specific. He's going to grind it out to try to see if he can see that line again, to find that line again.
Yeah, just ask the guy. I can't tell. It's up to you.
Looks like they're looking at something in Brooks Koepka's line. This for birdie. He's leading by 1. By 2.
That's a strong effort right there. He missed 3 putts inside 10 feet for birdie already today, Joe, and that can get in your head a little bit.
Here's Patrick Reed at 12.
Well, that aggressive play off the tee with driver. He may not have needed it there, and the only solace he can have is his hole location's way left.
We're going to stay here all day.
Walk these two over to the par 3 11. Leader Brooks Koepka, Dustin Johnson 2 shots back.
Koepka knows where he stands. He's 2 ahead of his buddy. He knows Fleetwood's in the clubhouse.
Up ahead, Stinson has this short one for a par. Justin Rose.
He's really had no opportunities today. Made a bogey from behind the green on 10 after missing the fairway. Just neither one of these buddies can kind of ride some momentum off the other one at all. Been a struggle for them both.
Good putt, good par. See that card, those 2 bogeys, 2 5s there on 6 and 10. Not a bird.
Yeah.
Now Koepka.
Stick to that, okay? Good.
Just a gentle breeze helping this one. 159, this will pitch a wedge. And I didn't think they'd put this flag stick here, but it is on a back, tiny little shelf as far back as they can get it.
Who knows? No! Oh no.
Back there where Patrick Reed just hit it, and worse, right into the thick garbage. I think it's impossible to get it on the green from there.
Brad, it's hard not to be aggressive when you have a pitcher wedge in your hand, but you and I have seen what happens here. Middle of the green, short is ideal.
Oh, I know, but pitching wedge from 159 uphill, you think that would be perfect. Al Johnson.
Get a hold, DJ! There you go, DJ. Shot, DJ!
Smart play there.
Right in the middle of the green. He's birdied this hole for 3 days in a row. Likely from that distance, but good, safe, and smart play for DJ.
Now up ahead, it'll be Patrick Reed's 3rd.
Well, look at this. Chunked it out of there. I just think he made a little tactical error off the tee. Should have been a 3-wood. This whole playing downhill, downwind. We've seen so many players just play irons off the tee.
Second shot, Tony Finau at 10.
Watch out. Watch out. Oh, man. You better run. Put a spot on that ball. That'll go 50 yards backwards if it goes another 2 inches.
Now Fitzpatrick for birdie at 18. That'll make him feel better walking away. He was 4 under through 10. It was 5 over the previous 7 holes until that.
Now at the 12th, that's Reed's 4th shot. We'll have that left for bogey. Koepka in trouble at 11. Reed in trouble here at 12, and Tommy Fleetwood is enjoying the couch at the clubhouse.
Not often you have 3 shots out of the rough like that and only going to salvage bogey. He could have gotten a lot of trouble with that second shot.
Even if you're not able to make it out to Shinnecock Hills Golf Club this week, you can still find a way to get in on the experience. Check out all the official U.S. Open gear now at usgashop.com. Back at 11, and Brooks Koepka surveying that lie here for his second.
Gentlemen, this is the toughest shot I have seen all week long from around the green. In the high grass, not a particularly tough lie, but he's 40 yards off the surface, and the slope up to the green is very steep, and the flag is only about 3 steps on.
Curtis, is there a safe place here? What can he do?
Come on, Brooks.
I'm sorry, is there a safe place?
Yeah, safe play.
Safe place. I think go home. I just, honest to goodness, I think you got to play it along the ground to make sure, number one, you hit the ball solidly coming out of this rough, because any mishit's not going to get up on the green. Hit it solidly, get it running along the ground, and hope you judge it correctly.
Curtis, there's only been one player over here that's got up and down. It was Justin Thomas, but he wasn't back in this stuff.
I mean, it's probably going to end up in the bunker anyway. I was going to say, yeah, I was going to settle for the bunker. Look down, just make sure it gets there. I mean, yeah. Okay. Making that mistake now. Yeah. Commit to it. Yep.
Looks like he's going low and real low. Going to make sure it has speed.
Green is right against him.
You heard him mention it, Brad. He said just play it to the bunker, and that's a good indication of what a break Patrick Reed got by rattling the flagstick.
Well, that must be the safe play or safe place, Curtis. You know, Patrick Reed was back there in the group in front of him, and he got lucky and slammed it into the flagstick, or would have had the same thing happen.
Now back to Finau for birdie at 10. Looking for 3 in a row, and coming up well short.
Well, that's way short. We saw 2 really poor shots in a row from way down at the bottom of that hill from 2 superstar players.
Now Reed for bogey.
Well, he got away with one there. That could have been way worse. And Patrick Reed all of a sudden showing he's human. 4-5 on 11 and 12.
Back over at 11 in Brooks Koepka.
Well, he could barely see the flag at the top of the flagstick. This is how deep that bunker is, but has plenty of green in which to work.
Pretty good shot. Such an uphill lie. A lot of sand in that bunker. Hard to get it all the way there. Now that putt for Koepka for bogey. Look how soft that sand is. I love watching the sand and the ball come up at the same time. Club face wide open. Facing right back at him.
Brad, I'm surprised there's any sand left in that bunker, as many balls as we've seen in it this week.
That's for sure.
There's Daniel Berger at 10 for birdie. Oh, yeah. Daniel says, don't forget about me.
Finau just 2 over par in their rounds today, which is not bad. Koepka in danger of making double, and suddenly these 2 guys could be within 2 shots of the lead.
Back at 11, and Dustin Johnson to try to birdie this hole for the 4th straight day.
Uphill the entire way. It doesn't look real tough, but it goes up a little bit of a slope the last 3 or 4 feet, so he has to judge that speed. Flattens out at the hole.
Really, if he makes makes it, it puts him in the lead. Koepka about to make bogey at the best. Could have called that one before he hit it. See, he kind of waved at it going through like he knew it right away.
Our putt for Tony Finau at 10.
Well, as we mentioned, Joe, 10 through 14 are the nightmarish holes in the middle of this golf course. That's a good save there. He's got 4 really tough ones to go. And I think if you break the course into 3-hole segments, maybe, you know, can I play these holes even par, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15? And then what do you know, 16, 17, 18, 1 under, 2 under, and all of a sudden you're right there. So, Koepka, this is critical here.
What a putt by Brooks Koepka.
It's like a man on a mission, Facts.
What a fork there. This guy's got all parts working, the tenacity to do it, the experience of last year, playing alongside his best friend.
It was a day ago on 14 when he made that bomb to save par. Today it's a bomb for bogey, and now Dustin Johnson to try to save par and remain a shot outside the lead.
Really nothing to this one. Spoke too soon.
Are you kidding me?
I'm sure that putt by Koepka affected Johnson there. There's no doubt.
There you go, big guy. Big guy. It just hobbled really badly.
Huge mistake there for Dustin Johnson as we go up ahead to Justin Rose.
Sticks it in there. Rose undoubtedly knows he needs to play these last 7 holes 4 under par.
Patrick Reed, tee at 13.
Sit. 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 I can see it from here. Yeah. Can't be too bad. No, if I can see it from here, it can't be that bad.
Back at 11, Berger.
Playing 159. Is he going to be aggressive or play for the wide bit of the green, which is about 8 yards on?
Sit.
Oh, one of the best shots we've seen this afternoon. Courage to take it on line there and get it all the way back.
Here's Brooks Koepka on the tee at 12.
See that driving iron, how closed that face is. Both these players play with kind of a bowed left wrist, closed face. Will he get the kick? Oh, that's back there too, way short of where Reed's was. Doesn't look quite as thick though.
Back at 11, Finau.
You can get a lot of grip on them because he hits it high, hard. Where the flag has got 5 yards left, 5 yards right, not much room.
Yep. So really good shots here. I'll tell you what, the attention's off these guys a little bit. They're starting to play a little bit better. They're relaxing.
Now Dustin Johnson.
For the 4th straight day, a long iron here.
Let's go, Soapbox.
Playing straight downwind.
Let's go, DJ. You got this. Let's go, DJ.
Yep, gets that ball at the last minute to kick and dive back to the middle of the fairway. Still talking to himself about that 3-putt bogey on 11.
You saw that great approach from Rose. This for birdie to get within 4.
My guess is he's looking at 2 as his target now. Needs 3 birdies. He really messed himself up on the front 9 with 6-6 on the 4th and the 5th hole.
Back here at the 12th, and Brooks Koepka surveying his second.
Not straight at it. That bump, plenty of room left, haven't you? Stick to that, right?
Not a very good lie, but with his strength. Took a big bounce off a downslope.
Really unlucky there, Curtis. You're right. It hit right on a downslope, or it would have been perfect. I didn't think there's any way he thought he could get it over this green.
Back at 11, Finau has this long look for birdie. He make it?
Yes, he did. That turned left at the end like Dustin Johnson's putt. Should look like it goes to the right for those players. That new shelf. A long time since we've seen a 2 here.
3 birdies in his last 4 holes for Tony Finau. Back up at 12, Dustin Johnson.
178 straight down this gentle breeze. Again, blowing 8 to 10. This is take that on here.
Now Berger for birdie at 11.
That definitely jumped when he hit it. Yep. That's what he said. You saw it kick to the right immediately. Maybe the POA being a little bit uneven later in the day.
Patrick Reed for birdie at 13.
Well, it's 2 over on the back 9. 1 more hole to go, and he's through that 5-hole stretch of the most difficult holes on the course.
On the tee here, Tony Finau. Turned professional as a 17-year-old. Tells stories of playing skins game, being down $800 with only 20 bucks in his pocket and cashing a hole-in-one to win it all back. He knows pressure, and he's feeling it right now.
I really like this guy's game. He's so tall, but he stands so close to the ball. It helps his swing get upright. He smashes it second in driving distance on the PGA Tour.
That's the look of the...
Come right back there. Here's Xander Schauffele for birdie at 18.
Berger's tee shot on the way here at 12. And both will be in the short stuff. Go up to the green, Brooks Koepka.
Well, he's got two things working for him. Straight downhill the hole, but he's got a good lie. Has to be hit it cleanly and back into the wind. This is very doable.
Get in the hole! Oh, what a nice play by Koepka.
It's better than that. It's a great play, Brad.
Oh, that looks like awful grass there, Curtis. Big swing. Confidence to get underneath it. Grain, look at that grain, just gnarly, pointing right at him. Ball doesn't even touch the club face there.
A second shot for Justin Rose at 13.
Just an 8-iron back into the breeze.
Come on, help us push it right wing.
That's a good shot. Steve Flash right there.
Coming off a birdie at 12. Trying to make a late run, and back to 12 we go.
Dustin, after a really good shot here, just a little bit beyond, now coming back down the slope, just ever so slightly.
Curtis, these two guys talk to each other at all?
I haven't seen one word, and that's okay. But there might be a little bit on the tee, but I really don't think so. And it's nothing other than say they're really into their own games right now, and should be.
Certainly don't think after that 3-putt on 11 you're going to talk to anybody. Curtis, you're right. He's delivered on the greens right now, isn't he?
Yeah, he really is, and that shows me that he may be struggling just a little bit, you know, with his feel, and we've seen that a little bit, but just wants to be exactly confident when he gets over it right now. Wants to trust his line.
Good run there by Dustin Johnson. Expecting that to go a little bit to the right.
Just cannot buy a putt right now, Dustin Johnson. And now Brooks Koepka.
Brad, let me ask you, when you seem like you're struggling just a bit on the greens, as DJ seems to be, it's almost better to speed up, would you think, or slow down? Slow down, you sometimes bog yourself down with some mechanics.
I agree with you so much, Curtis, but I think when you're struggling, the tendency is always to slow down, and it gets you worse. It's harder to free yourself up. You got to talk to yourself about it. It's more a mental thing. Koepka defying logic here with some of these up and downs he's making. Nobody's gotten up and down from over this green today.
Well, if he goes on and wins this championship, he will look back on the 11 save for bogey and here save for par.
Two-putt par for Dustin.
Heard a little roar in the background there. Here's Henrik Stenson for birdie at 13. Now a live look at Justin Rose trying to make it back-to-back birdies.
Joey got a great read from Henrik there on the exact same line. This half the distance that Henrik was. Going to be downhill, about 2 balls off the left edge. Got to be careful. Pretty quick little putt. Justin's a good lesson in just being patient out here. It is U.S. Open. Don't force it. Just play your own game.
He didn't feel it on the greens yesterday. When he started to hit it a little better, he made a ton of saves early. And nothing going in for Rose now.
Second shot here for Patrick Reed at 14.
Yeah, and he drove it in the bunker and had to call an official over about a loose stone there. Most Americans aren't used to moving rocks in the bunkers. He's got a shot he can do here, 187 up. Just 7 on there.
He's bogeyed this 14th all 3 days. He sits there in 2.
Go back to 12. Daniel Berger second.
.166 yards. There's the fade. Berger's been trying to hit. Just gets the other side of the ridge there. Needed to fly it about a foot farther. Hit into that little upslope.
Not pretty good? I think so. I mean, it looks like it's...
Now Brooks Koepka on the tee at 13.
Just exploiting that driving iron. Joe, that's a terrific shot right there.
He's gone par, bogey, par through the first 3 rounds. In good position here on Sunday. Now DJ, who's parred this hole, as you look at this swing by Brooks yet again.
Look how far in front of the tee that divot is. And these guys are trajectory mongers, Joe. They like to squish that ball on a certain trajectory. They see it coming out maybe different windows. Put the ball in the fairway at 13. It's a pretty good look. This hole's right in the middle of the green.
And 2 good drives there.
Back over at the 12th, Tony Finau.
Hit it to a foot here yesterday. And a lot more wind. Now he has to show Berger the line. I think it came out a little bit lower than he wanted.
Here at 18, it's Webb Simpson for birdie. Players champion with a head shake and a tap in for 4 here at the last. 7 over, a round of 1 under today.
Back over at 12, it'll be Tony Finau first for birdie.
His playing partner will keep a beady eye on what happens to this putt. They're virtually next to each other. Up a little bit, quite a big swing from right to left.
A lot of time.
Things are drying out a little bit, but nowhere near as badly as yesterday. Yesterday, these days they were really starting to get a bit shiny, added some extra moisture. So they're still putting reasonably well and ball gripping surprisingly well, actually.
Good job.
It's one of these putts that's going to turn, I would think, 2 feet, 2 and a bit feet. You've just got to look for your high point. You've got to go over the top of the crest and then let it turn to the left. It's not one you'd be frightened at the pace of, really.
Yep, good putt by Finau.
Dustin at 13.
From 133 back up the hill just a bit into a little breeze.
Well, sure you hope for better than that. It's not done yet. That might go all the way off the green. It's gathering speed. It's one of the few shots he hasn't been able to get in there pin high. He's going to pay the price for it.
Koepka went on and hit as the ball continues to move.
Yeah, he's hit it pin high all day today, and there's another beautiful shot. Got to believe Tommy Fleetwood's sitting pretty right now. As tough as these holes are. And it's hard on a guy like Koepka or Dustin Johnson when somebody's posted. It's like trying to win an over-under bet.
Back at 12, Berger for birdie.
Well, you have the teach from Finau. Didn't learn anything. That thing dove across. Both players now short putts for par.
This for par for Patrick Reed at 14.
He's only missed 2 greens in regulation. He hadn't gotten either one up and down. Not that up and in. 1 on 11 was impossible.
What a start. 5 birdies through 7 holes, and he's still hanging in there.
Now Finau for par at 12.
Oh boy, I was just about to say it looked like Finau is getting his swagger back. Huge, huge bogey right now.
See where the ball ended up for Dustin Johnson here at the 13th.
Well, I'm not telling anything the viewers don't know about this is uphill the whole way after seeing his second shot. But it is uphill the whole way, flattens the last 6 or 7 feet. He's out of position. I don't think he's can give away any more strokes because his playing companion Koepka is really striking it well.
Well, this could be a 2-shot swing here too, Curtis, because Koepka's sitting in a catbird seat right now.
Just don't think ever get comfortable on a putt like this. So much uphill. Just don't get a chance to practice this tight very often.
Feel and touch has just completely left him. That's the best he's done in a long time on any of those lag putts. Only a couple short shots left for Dustin Johnson. One would be on 15, the other would be on 16. I guess 14 downwind with their power, maybe, but 14's 512 yards long.
Here's our leader for birdie.
And you have to figure he's feeling pretty confident right now with the good bogey save at 11 and the good par save at 12. This from about 10 feet and just on the right edge.
He's made some beautiful putts of about this length today. This would go a long way if he could get this one.
Just getting ready to say this is huge right here.
Way out to the right and way too hard. Goodness. Last year in this championship, the last 5 or 6 holes or so is when Brooks Koepka separated himself from the field. It was a real dogfight, and then he started making those putts of about that length and longer. Now he's got his work cut out to just a 2-putt. So maybe it's Tommy Fleetwood in the catbird seat.
Dustin now to save par. He's missed some short ones here this afternoon. Right in the center of the hole there. Still 3 over. Brooks Koepka was 6 shots back off the lead after an opening round 75. 5 back after he shot 66 on Friday. Tied for the lead after the 3rd round. He put together a 72. Right now his lead is 1. Trying to keep it that way. And trying to successfully defend his title. A winner a year ago at Erin Hills when he ran away with it on the back 9. Let's give you the 3rd shot out of the bunker from Koepka at 11.
Well, here's why he's still in the lead, Joe, because he's been able to get these up and in, and that really was a tough putt. It went way more left than anybody thought.
This for
pretty
bogey.
straight. Yep, and it just pretty straight, but man, we've seen that putt snap to the left and cost a couple of players. The tee shot to the right on 12 in that deep rough was really, you felt like was going to be his undoing, and then he hit some wicked flyer out of there to the back of the green. This looked short when it left his club face and trickles on by and went it up and down, and that's why Koepka's still hanging in there with a 1-shot lead. What a putt this was. Really had a sense that he was going to make that 10-footer there on 13 to increase his lead to 2, but wasn't meant to be. Good 2-putt, though.
It was. Joe Buck and Paul Azinger with you as we are watching the drama here down the stretch at the 118th U.S. Open. Just to go back with Koepka on 11. He had driven it over the green, impossible position, into the bunker. The shot out, makes the putt, so he saves a bogey there, saves a par, just missed a chance for birdie at 13. Who would you rather be? Would you rather be the guy still out on the golf course in Brooks Koepka, who's leading by 1, or the guy who shot 63 today, who was already posted 2 over for the championship in Tommy Fleetwood?
Well, one guy's in control, and the other guy's posted, and he's done. So I think I always would like to have control if I could, but you know, it's tough. I mean, every step you take, your mind is thinking and wandering and trying to get out in front, and you want to pull yourself back. You know, we started the day talking about big dreams, but that these guys have to dream small. And for Koepka right now, he's got to stay in the moment. He's got to visualize this tee shot and just play this hole and not get ahead of himself thinking what could be.
Well, this has been the hardest hole this week. Curtis, who would you rather be, the guy on the course or the guy in the clubhouse?
Well, the guy in the clubhouse has no control whatsoever. This guy, it's his week. If he can get it in the fairway a couple more times today. Now remember, he did this last year. He knows what it's like coming down the stretch. So important.
And into the heavy fescue down the right side. You want to stick with your answer?
Well, I have to. I'd be a hypocrite, correct?
Let's give you the Lexus Tracer for Dustin Johnson. Koepka in the rough. Johnson in the fairway.
Still pretty disciplined, this Dustin Johnson. Not going to change the way he thinks. No pressure on him now. All the pressure on Brooks Koepka.
Out of 15, Patrick Reed, second shot.
Good conservative play. Putt for Reed to get to 3 over. He's got to make this one. Figure here in 16 of the 2 holes, you got a birdie.
Here's Daniel Berger, second shot at 13.
This hole's just waiting for you right in the middle of the green. And another good shot.
He's hanging in. He birdied 10. Has gone par, and a good look at birdie at 13 for Daniel Berger. Right now, everyone is chasing Brooks Koepka, who has a 1-shot lead as he plays the difficult 14th here at Shinnecock. DJ at 14.
199 up the hill, flagstick right on the front.
And that stays.
Well, somehow he's managed to par this hole all 3 rounds, but this may be his toughest chance yet from way back there.
Here's Koepka.
Well, we took about 3 minutes to even find this ball. It's not a very good lie.
For a guy with a left wrist injury, Curtis, he's just slinging away with reckless abandon.
Well, it is the U.S. Open, his national championship.
Yeah. Just telling me
everybody on the planet would do the same thing.
He's fully recovered, I feel, and he's going to have his work cut out for him there to skip that in close. Likely have to 1-hop that just short of the green if he wants to save par here.
Back to 13 and Daniel Berger for birdie.
Wow, that's a paint job. In all the way.
That was to get him back to par for the day. 3 over and 2 back.
Now at 15, Patrick Reed for birdie to get within 2.
Masters champion. Oh, he's got it. Catches the left edge, and Patrick Reed gets within 2 of Koepka, who's in trouble at 14.
The reaction from Patrick Reed, trying to be the 7th player ever to win the Masters in the U.S. Open in the same year. 6th birdie of the day. They'll go to the par 5.
3rd shot coming up for Koepka.
Only 67 yards up the slope a little bit. Flagstick says it's 5 on. It doesn't look 5. Just really a delicate little shot. Has a couple of choices. Could try to fly it on the green or bounce it in.
A little bit.
I got a 50 shot. I got a 50 shot. 55. 50 shot, yeah.
A little bit of downwind, Curtis. This green's actually repelling the ball, not really receiving it. Let's see what he decides here.
Clip it, Diego!
Coming in low.
Yeah, I like that decision. A beautiful 1-hopper off the collar there. Super shot.
Back to 13 and Finau for par.
Gotta have it.
And he does. Just 1 over today. At the moment, 3 back.
Here at the 16th, Brian Gay has this short putt for a birdie.
Gay's playing with Jim Furyk. These guys are struggling today. Gay, one of the best putters on the tour. Straight hitter. Game made for U.S. Opens, but I don't know if it's made for U.S. Opens at 7,500 yards. Good to watch this for the players coming up. What does this ball do around this hole? Straight in for Gay. Birdie gets him to 10 over.
Back on the tee is Patrick Reed.
See what his numbers do. He's just so adept at being able to move the ball in two different directions at will. He's a good pitcher. He's got all the command. That club face and another one right in the middle of the fairway.
Here at 14, a long one for Dustin Johnson.
A very long one. Up the hill the first half, levels out, and then at the hole, straight downhill.
Well, Curtis, 72, almost 73 feet. He showed good touch there on 13, being able to two-putt. Boy, look how straight this putt is.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot to it, but I think it has to move from his right to left. I think more concern and priority is the speed right here.
Been kind of the story of his weekend. He's not had great feel. Of course, it's a tall order to roll it up gimme from that far away. And the big putt coming up for Brooks Koepka. Clinging to a one-shot lead. Koepka's played this back nine 6 over par for the championship.
Zing, I can't help but think, with 4 holes to go, huge difference in having a one-shot lead and being tied for the lead. It's not easy downhill from left to right.
Another clutch putt for Koepka. He just keeps doing it.
Up and down again, this time from 67 yards away. Saved a par yesterday here at 14. How about that?
That's a big putt, man. Curtis summed it up nicely. It was just clutch cargo.
I got to go in just a little right.
15th hole is one of the shorter holes on the course. 16 is going to be a wedge.
Yeah, I mean, I got it just outside left.
It's an absolute must for Dustin Johnson, Curtis.
Monster putt. And he knows it.
That's twice after Koepka made the putt on 11 and 14 that Dustin Johnson followed up with a miss. I don't know if that has any bearing on it or not, but significance of that putt right there for Dustin Johnson is pretty easy to see.
5th 3-putt over the last 2 days. for Dustin Johnson, who was lights out with a putter Thursday and Friday.
Up ahead to 16, and Reed, second on the way.
Oh, that's a good layup out to the right there. Aggressive to get it up there. That wind's picking up against the players.
Back at 15, Stinson for birdie.
This straight up the hill, guys. Not much to this putt. Drove it down bottom of the hill. It just hit a perfect gap wedge from 122.
His third birdie in a row. He's been birdie free for a long time. 25 holes in a row without him. And his chances are starting to fall away here. 5 over par. Needs to get to 2.
Dustin Johnson and Koepka making their way to 15T. Our leader by 1.
Know that Clark? Yeah. Oh, the wind thing? Yeah. Good Clark.
Well, even I can see from 100 yards. This is an iron, and I'm not sure it's even his driving iron. Only 240 to the crest, and then it'll run out another 30 yards.
You're right, Curtis. It's not that big driving iron he hits. Didn't take any time to hit this. Just said hit it at that card. Let the wind take it, he said. Oh, yeah. Hits that down slope. Gets an extra 40 yards there. Way down. Adrenaline's got to be pumping after that save.
Boy, I just can't help but think, you know, the saves on this backside is what you have to do. It's not about making all the birdies. It's about saving those pars.
Well, he hit it way right here yesterday. Got to hit it in the fairway.
Let's go, DJ, baby! Okay, smart play. Good play. Not bad.
Well, that's picture perfect as well. Pummeling it. Those 2 tee shots. That's a real chance for birdie. 2 wedge shots into this whole location.
Brooks Koepka clinging to a 1-shot lead over Tommy Fleetwood, who shot a 7 under par 63 earlier today. We'll take you through how he did it. This at the second, the par 3, long look for birdie. At this point, 9 over for the championship. And he buries it. Now at the third, the very next hole, another birdie look.
Well, one of the par 4s, it's the most difficult on the course all week long. This one in 14, battled it out all week, and he made it look easy with this start.
Pars at 4 and 5, now it's 6.
A blind tee shot. One of the prettiest greens here on the flattest part of the golf course. Stuck it right there over the bunker.
Slowly climbing up this leaderboard was Tommy Fleetwood. He birdied 7, now at 13. After a birdie at 12.
Shane, this hole can wreak havoc if you're not just so precise. Controlling the spin, let it kick in.
Number 12 player in the world was Dial. Birdies at 12, birdies at 13, now at 14.
Right, and when you're going good, you have a little bit of luck from off the green, catches the edge. He's feeling it.
You can see it right there in his reaction. Maybe I have a chance. What about at 15? Could he birdie 4 in a row?
Well, doing it all different ways. Sticking it in close from the fairway, making 30-footers. Hair on his nose is sticking up there, standing on end.
Now at 18, a chance to make history. This for 62.
Shane, we heard his caddy say inside the hole. That needed a little more oomph there, a little more borrow. But what a round, 63.
Look at the list. Tommy Fleetwood just joined. Weiskopf, Jack, BJ Singh, Justin Thomas, and Johnny Miller. Tommy Fleetwood has been sitting for quite a while, watching the leaderboard back up towards him. There's one man ahead of him, and it's Brooks Koepka. One man behind him, and Patrick Reed, a shot back at 16.
He is caddy trying to figure out the wind here. It's in off the right, and after Reed made birdie on 15, he had a long look at that leaderboard, so he knows he needs to make a few coming in to have a chance to win this championship.
Definitely hooked that a little bit more than he wanted. I thought we'd see a little more driving shot from Patrick Reed, and that is one of the weakest shots we've seen him hit with an iron. Well short. Really misjudged there for Patrick Reed.
Tony Finau at 14, second shot.
Oh, he only drove it 368 yards and a kind of a miss hit. You heard him groan a little, but did he get away with it? I'd say so. Kick that in with the bottom of your shoe. Just like that now.
Really aggressive three-footer.
He'll join Patrick Reed at 3 over. Now at 15, Koepka.
Got your target? Yeah. Just right that's on that pole, yeah.
From only 112 with some help. Pretty simple shot here.
Bobby back! Salsa! Get in there!
That's the first approach we've seen him hit in a while. It's out to the right. See the wind blowing that thing. He had to hook it into the wind there a little bit. But he will have a putt for birdie.
Now it'll be Dustin Johnson.
From one step closer, 111. Playing like 109. Just a little bit of breeze behind.
Got to stop. Bit unlucky there. That hit the flagstick. I think would have stopped a little closer there. Beautiful iron by Dustin Johnson.
Well, look at that for Dustin Johnson. Needs at least 2 birdies on his way in, and see it right off the stick. Still got a chance here at 15.
Yeah, that would have stopped and been closer. Might have come back even. Don't go in the bunker.
Third shot, Daniel Berger at 14. See that mark close to the hole? That's Tony Finau, where he will putt from to knock it in to get the 3 over.
Now at the 16th, Patrick Reed's got a long look for birdie.
And all of 45 feet straight up the hill. Really not much to it, just trying to get the speed correct. We probably have the most wind we've had all day right now.
What do you think happened on that third shot, Brett, into the green?
Well, he's hitting pitching wedge, and it's probably right between the wedge and the 9-iron, trying to flight it down, and you're always protecting against going past this hole location, so maybe just trying to squeeze a little bit too much out of it, and it spun back and caught the ridge.
And we talk about how much Bubba Watson moves the ball around. If you watch this guy's tracers, he's always fiddling around with it. Doesn't have technical thoughts. So he needs a bomb right here. Good putt, can't expect to make it. 5 here for Reed.
Back over to 15, and Brooks Koepka, our leader by 1.
Just all about speed here. Just up a gentle little slope. Pretty level at the hole. Just a little bit from his right.
Not too bad.
Yeah, good putt there.
Take a mulligan there on his approach. From the best today. The approach shots from the fairway. Huge improvement from last week at Memphis.
While Koepka was putting, this is Daniel Berger for par at 14. Nice save.
Well, he keeps his hopes alive, that's for sure. 2 wedges back-to-back at 15 and 16 for Daniel Berger.
Now Dustin Johnson, a must make at this point for birdie here at 15.
Well, they don't like something. It looks pretty simple to me. Maybe just a little bit over the edge to the right, but I think at this point you might be second guessing yourself. Needs this to go.
Got it.
Oh, he did.
Had to have it and got it. Dustin Johnson now just 2 back at Koepka.
I like that he didn't putt that until he was ready. They took a while. He asked AJ, do you like where that line's pointing? He draws the line on the ball like so many players do today. Finally committed to one. Gets him the 3 over and 2 back of this man right here.
Good solid par save. Good 2 putt there for Brooks Koepka. 1 clear of Fleetwood, now 2 clear of Dustin Johnson and Patrick Reed.
While they were putting, this is Tony Finau. That's his 5th birdie to match his 5 bogeys, and he's back to where he started, 3 over, 2 back.
Leads the field in most birdies.
The pitching wedge, very similar wing. You have a pitching wedge, which basically when the fly tops at 152, and you blew it right next to the hole. So what's the fly? I think that's the fly 68. The fly top number on that is about 166.
Patrick Reed has played the final 2 holes here at Shinnecock at 2 under for the week. He birdied his 17th yesterday.
Trust him. Good swing.
Nice shot, Tommy!
And that was just a 9-iron trying to place it way up into the air.
That's a pretty good shot. Not a great shot, but honestly, if it lands about where the shadow of that flag is on line, it ricochets off that green, even with a shortish club. But Patrick Reed with a chance for birdie here at 17. 18. He's a bit of a bear today. Probably a 6 or 7 iron second shot if he hits a good tee shot.
Now back at 15, Tony Finau.
Baloney!
Swing. Okay. Get it. Yeah. Nice. Maybe a four spot.
Be down the hill just like Koepka and DJ before him. Hits the downslope. Wedge shot coming up.
And up ahead at 16, Dustin Johnson after that huge birdie at 15.
Yeah, 270 covered in left. Okay.
Dustin Johnson, 10th. The tour averages 310 yards.
Yep.
He's going to need all his might for 2 shots here to get there. In 2 uphill against the wind, 621 yards.
Now Brooks Koepka.
See that track man in the background. This will give us some numbers here on Koepka's ball flight. Speed 173. I got you, Dustin. I got you by 2 shots. I got you by 2 yards. 3 holes to go.
Koepka leads by 1. Fleetwood shot back and done. Dustin Johnson trying to chase down his buddy with just 3 holes left. That at Aaron Hills. Here at Shinnecock. And Koepka 1-shot lead.
.242 to the bunker on the right for Dustin Johnson, just laying up.
Got good position there. A little bit farther up, he pushed it than Patrick Reed did.
Now Koepka.
Just put it in the fairway here.
Likes it. Oh, he likes it now.
Now the birdie putt for Patrick Reed at 17.
And he got a bit unlucky on his tee shot. If that ball goes just a yard farther, it's right next to the hole. Now 26 feet down the hill, really quick.
He couldn't conjure up the magic that he needed there to hold that. 18's a bit of a monster of a par 4. Patrick Reed has to birdie it just to tie Tommy Fleetwood, who's been in the clubhouse for nearly 2 hours.
Good how the round started for Patrick Reed, the Masters champion. What happened in the middle? A birdie at 15. He needs one at 18.
It's just a moment ago with the 15, Tony Finau.
Last shot, Tommy Finau hit off the driving range was this distant wedge. And that looks like a pretty similar spot to where Dustin Johnson made birdie moments ago.
Be sure to tune into the U.S. Senior Open from the Broadmoor in Colorado Springs, June 28th through July 1st on FS1, presented by Rolex. Beautiful look at the Stanford White Clubhouse, built in 1892 here at Shinnecock Hills.
I have a great friend of mine, Shane, that came today. He's a well-known architect in New England. I said, what do you like about that clubhouse? When he looks at it, you know what he said? It's America. Beautiful.
Back here at the 16th, and Dustin Johnson needs at least one more birdie.
I got him out.
The way waiting on the group in front of them to clear, and I was wrong. I thought he pushed it up a little bit farther than Patrick Reed. Patrick Reed had 124. You saw how short he came now. AJ and Dustin are looking at that greens map. They look at that to find out the slope. They play the slope on these shots. It depends on whether it's into it, what kind of flight they're going to give into it. Now Dustin getting ready for his third.
Well, it's all about flight here. 131 back into this little pretty exposed area. 10 or 12 mile an hour. A little heavy breeze coming off the sound. It's always best to keep it low.
Pretty good shot. Like Quigley said, it's hard to get too aggressive, but into the wind, you've got to fly it all the way back to the flagstick to get it close for these guys.
Now 2 steps closer. Koepka 129. Once again, the lower he hits it, the more control we have.
Approach shots. Just awesome. He had the courage to fly it all the way back there. Can't believe last week he said he was hitting it so bad. Not hitting it bad today.
There was Raymond Floyd from 128 yards here at the 16th to wrap up that 1986 U.S. Open. Koepka from 129 might have just done the same. One more look at this.
That ball down there into the wind. Best players in the world. They control the trajectory. Up with the long irons, down with the short irons. He's putting a clinic on.
Now at 15, Tony Finau. This for birdie.
In the hole, Tony! In the hole!
And that was quick. Really quick. Dustin Johnson's just rolled over the front edge.
Here's Patrick Reed at 18.
Roll time, baby.
Great drive.
So he's got to hit the fairway, or he's got no chance to reach the green. Only 5 birdies on the 18th hole all day today.
That's exactly what he needs, the 6th.
Back at 15, Finau must make for par.
Oh, beautiful stroke for Tony Finau. Full of confidence right there. He walks off this green with a good par. You saw him hit it to close on 14. Now he gets to go to the par 5 16th right here where we are now, and Dustin Johnson first to putt.
Well, a good solid third shot in here. Just hit that wall of breeze just a bit and came up short. Left it in the right position, but just a little bit too far. Brad, I think, what, 25 feet maybe? 20 to 25 feet?
I think you're right, Curtis. Just 20 feet. 19 feet, 1 inches.
Not much to it. We're seeing him move it short all week long. Has to get to the hole at this point.
See Dustin Johnson still holding that greens book. That tells him the slope down to the little percentages of.
Well, he just made a good one on the last hole, so feel is a little bit different when you make one on the last.
Well, he and AJ really going at this. AJ's the one that uses that aim point, the system where they use their feet to measure the slope and the hands and fingers to measure. It's like a modern day plumb bob. He again is taking his time.
Well, he's taking his time because he's waiting for the group of Henrik and Justin Rose on the nearby 17th tee. So they are gone, so here he goes.
glimpse of Tommy Fleetwood. He's been in the clubhouse for some 2 hours. Very interested observer at this point with what Koepka will do, but it'll be Dustin first.
Well, let's see if Dustin can turn the tides. Koepka's made a couple putts first on Dustin, and he's missed. This would be a huge putt for Dustin Johnson to put the pressure right on Brooks Koepka. Got that misread. All that time they had, obviously thinking he was going to break to the right. We saw Brian Gay's putt earlier. There was no break at all.
Well, now we watch Brooks Koepka, and this is to take a 2-shot lead, and to have a 2-shot lead with 2 to go. He knows what's going on. Just quiet your nerves. Do what you know how to do.
And Brooks Koepka takes a big step toward back-to-back U.S. Open championships. Birdie at 16.
I just can't believe how many times these guys must have played rounds together where they're playing for fun at home. I don't think he feels the pressure like anybody else does. He's comfortable.
Dustin cleans up for par. All of a sudden, 2 holes to go. He's 3 back. Koepka, he'll need some help.
Look at that man walking off there. Defending champion and 2 shots ahead. 2 to go.
Fleetwood watching the birdie for Koepka.
He's saying, why did I make that putt on 18? Why didn't I hit it harder?
When you think about Brooks Koepka, he will tell you that he owes a lot of his success to playing professionally in Europe, really all over, before making it on the PGA Tour. So there's a lot of guys that are mentally weak and couldn't cut it. You're gone for 7 or 8 weeks to countries you can't even order food in. You're out of your comfort zone the entire time, and I don't think many Americans can do it. He's taken all of that experience, all that grit, all that determination to run away with a championship a year ago at Erin Hills. And now a 2-shot lead here at Shinnecock Hills the following year, trying to repeat.
Curtis, I got to ask you this. You birdied 16 in 1989 to take a 2-shot lead. What was it like for you to play those last 2 holes trying to go back-to-back?
My one priority was to keep my mind straight ahead of me. Slow breathe, deep breathe, and not try to think of what's going to happen in 2 holes. It's tough. But Brooks Koepka looks like to me, although it's not over with yet, you know, he's a jock. He's a linebacker. And he knows what he's got to do. He's trained for this. All of them have trained for this their whole life. Now, on the biggest stage, you just got to get it done.
We check back in with Patrick Reed needing a birdie here at 18 for any hope. Will that stay?
We need a whole nother club. At least a half a club anyway.
Uninterrupted coverage of the USGA Championships on Fox is presented by Rolex. Will take you the rest of the way to the conclusion of this US Open. Back at 17, here is Justin Rose for par.
Yeah, hit a little bit too much club. That 8-iron just bumped over the back right. It's been a struggle for Justin to dial it in today.
And 3 over for his day, 7 over for the week.
Expected a lot more out of Rose and Stenson today. Two really the most accomplished players that were lurking just a couple shots behind. And Tommy Fleetwood, the trajectory of his career the last 5 years is straight up.
You see Tommy Fleetwood, who 45 years to the day after Johnny Miller's 63 at Oakmont, posts a 63 here in the final round today. Here's Stenson for birdie.
Well, proof that you can actually get it close at 17. It's a dangerous hole location. That big bunker looming short and to the left of the flagstick. You cannot go in and expect to get the ball close. You're better off going over the green. Koepka, I feel.
That's his 4th.
Koepka's going to have to aim over there somewhere at the middle.
That is just the 4th birdie of the day at 17. Playing tough. 18 playing the toughest out here today. Here's Koepka now, our leader, by 2.
Paul, you're so right. A dangerous shot here. 171 is his number. That carries the left bunker. This is a 9-iron.
Shirt too tight.
That's nice.
What a shot for Koepka. Settle. Yeah, that's championship stuff right there. Take your eyes off the obstacle. Hit it where you want it to go. You got to see where you want it to go. That concentration's a learned behavior, Joe, and visualization is as well.
Here's Johnson now at the par 3.
Just takes a lot of guts to start it over that left edge of the green and let the wind blow it back to the right. To get it close, that's what you have to do.
Let's go! Let's go, Ricky Magoos!
Well short here at the par 3. Well, how do you win a U.S. Open? Koepka's statistics this week: 1st in driving distance, 2nd in strokes gained putting, tied for 3rd in greens and regulation a moment ago, hitting over 67%. I mean, every facet of the game you need, and every facet of the game is working for Brooks.
Well, he's got the mind to go with it. He stated before this championship he was the most confident player in the field.
Birdie putt for Patrick Reed.
Get in the hole!
A valiant effort by Patrick Reed. He came out of the gates with both barrels blazing. It's just going to come up short.
We'll go back to 16. Finau's 2nd.
Driving this ball down there. Oh, just carries over the bunker. Gets up to the flat.
And a nice welcome up to the green here at 17 for both Dustin Johnson and the defending champion Brooks Koepka.
I don't know what's going on the inside, but on the outside, he looks pretty composed, tranquil almost.
We'll go back to 18 and Patrick Reed, this for par. He birdied 5 of his first 7 holes. At one point was in a tie for the lead, and now in a 3-putt 18. As you said, made a valiant effort to start his day. Shoots 2 under today, 4 over for the week here at Shinnecock. The Masters champion gave it a run. ahead here at 17. Dustin Johnson will be first to putt.
Yeah, he has a first putt, that's for sure, but it is not an easy one. Up and over a shoulder in this green. So many of these greens slope to the back of the green, which is unusual, and this is one of them from his angle. Just goes to show you it doesn't have to be 260-yard par 3 to be tough. This is only 150 or 60 yards, and so hard to get it close to the hole. I can't tell you how good a shot Brooks Koepka hit in here to get it in the left portion of the screen. But I look back on DJ. I had him the first round, and yesterday he's really played quite nicely in a lot of stretches. He just hasn't made the putts, and as we all know, to win any golf tournament, you have to hold some putts.
You can't ball strike your way to the winner's circle, Curtis. You don't bring that putter with you, it's just not going to happen. And DJ commented after rounds 1 and 2 that his short game really was the reason he had the 4-shot lead, and 38 putts yesterday bled right into today's round, and it happens. You know, he's only 3 shots behind, but he's hit the ball quite well. But he's going to go for 33 or 35 putts again today, and that's just not getting it done.
Well, I think it shows that how good a ball striker he can be. But like you said, nobody's been victorious by striking a golf ball. You still have to make a few putts.
Well, while this is going on 17, it's worth a chance to revisit what happened with Tommy Fleetwood today. I mean, just brilliance. And as we said, the first to shoot under 65 for the past 3 U.S. Opens here at Shinnecock Hills. And he had legitimate cracks at birdie final 3 holes of his day as well. Saw him with his 9-month-old Frankie. Got married to his manager Claire Craig in November, and you know, it's golf though, isn't it? You shoot 63 at a U.S. Open, first guy under 65 at Shinnecock in the modern era at a U.S. Open, and he really just wanted the 62. Here's DJ now after a long look at this putt. His only hope really is to run this thing in.
Well, he said after Fleetwood finished, you can't imagine shooting 63 and being disappointed, but he definitely was a little disappointed. You could see on his face when he was done, and come up 1 shot short, maybe 2.
This for birdie. Have to work for the par.
Back at the 16th, Tommy Finau's 3rd.
See if he can have the courage. Look how close to the ball he's standing. The courage to get it back there. Oh, just really, really disappointing shot there for Tommy Finau when he had to make birdie on 16.
Now Koepka.
Slightly down the hill. A little bit from his left to right. This is all about touch and feel. Get it down there close. It'd be wonderful if it would go disappear. But make it easy on yourself.
Well, that's pretty easy. Would have been easier had it gone in.
He'll mark, and we'll see if Dustin can make par.
Now it's 16, virtually a must-make for Tommy Finau.
Just not the putt you want to have, that you have to make. So few players have gotten it up there in their approach and the putt from that far away. Now will have to settle for a par on the par 5 16.
Now Dustin at 17.
Yeah, just let me straddle.
Just to put a stat with it, no 3-putts the first 2 rounds for Dustin Johnson. Trying to avoid his 6th 3-putt in the last 2 rounds.
How do you feel? What? Just slight. You want a good flush edge?
Another 3-putt.
So the 2016 U.S. Open champion Dustin Johnson slides away. 2 over on this second 9, 4 over for the championship, and at the moment 4 back. Now Koepka.
Well, Joe, not to be negative or anything, there's only been 5 birdies on 18. There's been 4 double bogeys. I can assure you that if you miss this fairway, you're not going to hit the 18th green in regulation. This is a critical tee shot with a 2-shot lead for Brooks Koepka coming up.
Finau's still out there.
Ooh, he sneaks that in the side door. And Finau has to birdie these last two holes and hope Brooks Koepka bogey's the last.
Well, Finau leads in birdies this week with 17. Here's Rose at 18.
Come on, please. A little mid-air bang by Justin Rose gave it the come on please. And that's a great shot.
The champion back in 2013 at Marion, but now our leader Brooks Koepka heads over to the tee at the 72nd hole.
Well, he cannot relax at all here. He cannot afford to take a shot off.
Right here.
Yep. That one right there, right? Good rhythm there.
Last year at Shinnecock Hills, Joe, you remember that 3-wood he hit? Just blasted 350 plus yards. With the big stick here.
Come on, target.
Fairway for Koepka.
Beautiful tee shot.
What pressure?
Well, he looked more free on that tee shot than any tee shot all day. And isn't that the key when the pressure gets on? You know, the good players will tell you that sometimes they swing harder. They release the club more when it's all on the line. Nobody's steering it around Shinnecock.
And the 2 close friends side by side off the tee here at 18. What's Tony Finau going to do here at the par 3 17th?
He needs a magical finish. That's a good start. right close to where Koepka was just a minute ago.
So in position there at 17 is Tony Finau. Our leader is Brooks Koepka. You see the name Patrick Reed, who is sitting by with Shane O'Donoghue.
He is, and he's in a tie for 4th at the moment. But can you compare yesterday with today?
You know, really, I felt like they're two completely different golf courses. Yesterday I thought was just really tough, and you know, honestly, I felt like it was fair except for maybe 2 pins on 13 and 15. If those were 2 yards closer to the middle of the green, the golf course would have been completely fine. But you know, I expected them to water it starting today, so I expected it to be soft and gettable, and especially early on when the greens weren't drying out at all. I mean, early on you're able to really attack.
You burst out of the traps though, 5 birdies in the first 7. Talk to us about those.
Yeah, you know, I knew that the beginning front 9 of this golf course you can really attack and get going, and I knew I had to go out and post a number, and especially early, and try to get started to put some pressure on the leaders. And you know, I was able to do exactly what I needed to do early, and then you know, unfortunately I made too many mistakes come down the end.
Well, you're the Masters champion. You put up a very valiant effort here. Congratulations, and we look forward to seeing you in Pebble Beach next year.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
Joe, back to you.
All right, thank you guys, and well done today. For Patrick Reed, here is Justin Rose for birdie at 18.
Really, those were great comments by Patrick Reed. Not a lot of guys were complaining that the course was unfair, but they didn't like where some of those holes were cut. Patrick Reed confirmed what we've been saying. The greens, you were seeing ball marks, Joe. The ball wasn't bouncing flagstick high. And unless you had a crummy attitude, which Patrick Reed does not, maybe then you thought it was unfair. But it wasn't unfair. It was ridiculously hard, and there were a couple holes cut in places where they probably need to be a little more conservative.
Here's Henrik Stenson now for par at 18.
These guys had the big dream of winning this championship. Justin Rose for the 2nd time, Stenson for the 1st time, but it's not to be this year. We'll be looking forward to Pebble Beach next year, I'm sure. Seaside Golf Course should be right up both of their alleys.
Aiming for his 3rd top 10 finish in the U.S. Open. And a major champion from Sweden. Winner of the 2016 British Open. Look at that wander by. If he made, he was in a tie for 6th. Now he's got to make for a tie for 7th at the moment. Back in the fairway waiting for the action up at the green is Koepka. He leads by Tommy Fleetwood by 2.
Koepka's got to be mindful of exactly where he wants this shot to go, not where he's afraid it might end up. Left bunker you see right there at the top of the screen is a no-no with a 2-shot lead.
Bogey finish for Stenson. 1 over today, 6 over for the week. We showed this at the start of the day. Those who have won back-to-back U.S. Open championships. We made the mention that Curtis Strange, the only picture in color.
Where's your
last
target?
to do it, 88, 89.
Yeah, right now. All right, just 3/4, okay?
Koepka trying to join that list.
Brooks Koepka from 201 up the hill a little bit. He does not want to hit it 202. Keep it below the hole.
Look out left bunker.
Left!
Great break off the grandstands. It's not engraved that trophy just yet, Joe.
Yeah, nothing easy about that next shot to get it close.
Almost living one more.
Focus can slide back to Tony Finau now here in a moment.
I like that shot.
First we'll watch Dustin Johnson, but Finau's back in it. And don't forget Tommy Fleetwood. What a shot from Dustin Johnson. That for birdie. Big putt here for Finau. This for birdie. And burns the edge.
Well, it appears his hopes are going to be dashed. And this is a long walk now for Brooks Koepka. He does not know where this ball is yet. Had to be an excruciating wait for him back there in the middle of that fairway, Joe. Your mind just runs wild. I don't care what the tournament is, whether it's a championship or not. Your mind doesn't ever slow down. You have to always pull yourself into the moment. Throughout history, this game has ripped some hearts out on the last hole. I remember Arnold Palmer back in the 60s losing the Masters in heartbreaking fashion. Koepka cannot let his guard down here if he wants to win this championship. Down in 3 would do it. Curtis?
Well, he does have some work to go, but he does not have to pitch it across the bunker. That's the good news. He could putt it. He can play it along the ground, which I'm sure he will. And just let the slope of the green take it toward the hole. If he plays it properly, he can get it 10 or 15 feet from the hole. But right now, he has a lofted club walking over this green.
There's a great look at what he faces. If he goes with some kind of flat stick, Curtis, it looks like there's some kind of imperfection or sprinkler head or something over there he'd have to avoid.
Brooks has been so confident with this shot all week long. Clipping off this tightly mowed fairway with lofted clubs. He has to do it one more time.
Whenever you're going to feel your pulse in your fingertips, now would be the time. So take a deep breath, contain yourself here. Just put this ball on the green.
Very nicely done.
Well, I'll say, what a shot.
Fantastic shot. Well, he hit a great shot when he needed it the most. Just don't want to string the bad ones together. This course is like a giant chess piece this week for these players. Joe.
Back on the tee, here's Tony Finau.
He'll be trying to get a good tee shot away.
Mate. Excuse me. Excuse me.
One of his big ones.
And he finds the fescue. Dustin Johnson will be putting for birdie. Brooks Koepka for par. Finau in trouble back off the tee. Koepka will be in a position to get down in 2 to win it. The 2016 U.S. Open champion, Dustin Johnson, putts first for birdie. How about that ending? A birdie at the last for DJ. And an even par round of 70.
This wasn't meant to be for Dustin Johnson. Made 2 putts really on the weekend. That won't get it done. Now Brooks Koepka, 2 putts. Should lock up the U.S. Open.
And if he makes, he wins, no matter what happens with Finau behind him. But a good putt to leave it right next to the hole.
It's all he needed. Finau's in the rough. He can't reach the green.
And what a finish by Brooks Koepka. A hug for Ricky Elliott.
You know, Joe, it's like me against me when you show up at these championships. And he claimed he was the most confident player coming in, so the me against me part, he got that. Then it's me against the course. He and his caddy had a terrific strategy. They picked this place apart. And then you can only control the controllables, Joe. Me against the field. You can't control what anybody's doing but you. Brooks Koepka. Back-to-back United States Opens. Phenomenal.
And a hug for his father, Bob. Not official yet, but he will become the 7th to win back-to-back U.S. Opens, and hugging the last man to do it, Curtis Strange, on his way to sign a scorecard.
What a player.
We talked earlier in the week about the new game meeting the old course here at Shinnecock. It dates back to the late 19th century. A hug for Blake Smith, his manager. This is the poster boy for the new game. He's got the power, but he's got the short game to go with it.
Power and finesse, man. Power and finesse.
Ends up taming Shinnecock Hills here this
it's
week.
not always what you accomplish either, Joe. Sometimes it's what you overcome. He overcame a career-threatening wrist injury to go back-to-back.
We'll go back to the fairway here at 18, and Daniel Berger, his second shot.
Ball a little bit below his feet. He's got 244 yards, so a long way back. He's drilled a lot of good irons today. He requires another one. Breeze into him slightly off the right. There's a sort of late hit and drills it through the breeze. Come on, lad.
To the front of this green. And running back down toward the very front, maybe just off, and Ken, this has got to go in.
Whoa, sit out.
He couldn't have reached this green with a howitzer from that lie. That's Berger's ball there, rolling back off the green, settling into that spot. And so it's over.
And Brooks Koepka is the U.S. Open champion back-to-back years. The 118th United States Open champion. He was 6 back after a first round 75. He was 5 back, but he jumped back in it. Shot 66 on Friday. Tied for the lead after the 3rd round. And now he is our champion here in Southampton.
Well, it's no accident. You don't fluke your way into this position. Nobody worked harder while he was injured. You know, his fitness, his cardio, you know, concentration's a learned behavior, Joe. You don't just get lucky and out-concentrate the field. That's something you have to learn how to do. He figured out how to steady his nerve today. He made one clutch putt after another on this back 9. I got to think that that putt he made on 11 was the big key. The up and down on 12 was absolutely amazing from 67 yards short of the green. And it was a hard-earned victory for Brooks Koepka, and a long time waiting and sitting around.
We
had a cast on your wrist.
Brooks Koepka's name and face to this list. Made a terrific par save at 14 as well. His 5 was enough at 18. And he is the champion here at Shinnecock Hills.
Okay. First, the front one's better than the back.
Now the 3rd shot for Tommy Finau.
Okay. How far is it to cover
here today?
Cover the bunker is 100 yards.
A lot of hay to the next. We've seen that a few times this week.
On the right side of the hole,
his tee shot.
Wait. Well, what bunker are you talking about?
I'm talking about the short bunker. That's a lie.
No, I didn't pin this at the green.
Yeah, I know. I'm talking about
this bunker.
I'm talking about just the cover right here.
No, I'm talking about this one. How far is it hit at the hole?
Straight to the lead.
That's front, so 112.
No.
Yeah, I know. 112.
That's front?
Yeah.
That's covering the bunker?
Yeah, I mean, covering the bunker is another. Yeah, we don't want to cover that bunker. We want to be right of it.
The wind's in out of the right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lucky to find a decent lie. He's got half a chance of levering it somewhere on the green. 135 to the flag.
How's your ankle?
Good out, Tony. Tough shot, buddy.
And came up short. When you think about Koepka and the tear in his left wrist, bothered him since Kapalua had the torn tendon. Bone marrow from his hip injected into the wrist to help with recovery. Originally hurt it at the end of last year. Wasn't ready for the Masters. Turned after in New Orleans. And there were glimpses, Paul Azinger, there were glimpses of greatness from Brooks Koepka at different times. His 3rd event after his return, a course record tying 63 on Sunday. Had an albatross on the par 5, 16th at the Players. A couple of 63s at Colonial the 3rd week of May, but he put it all together. He had a rough first day, a rough opening round, but then fantastic starting on Friday.
Yeah, and he got robbed actually out of being introduced as the reigning U.S. Open champion for weeks and weeks and weeks while he rehabbed his wrist, and that kind of stinks for him. But you know, he's qualified from the neck up, isn't he? He's got the physical skills. He's built like a linebacker or a D-back, and but golf's a great game of skill. But if you don't have a good head on your shoulders, you might as well forget about it. And that may be his strength. We think his physical strength is strength, but you know what? It could be what's in between those ears.
Now the 4th shot for Finau. Good shot there. Needed a par to tie for 3rd. A bogey gets him a tie for 4th with his first real time on the big stage.
Yeah, pressure really, it'll heighten your awareness become more self-aware. Every little tick. If you're strong mentally, you don't hear the crowd. This was a boisterous crowd, and a lot of things, a lot of comments coming out of these galleries this week that I'm sure was irritating to some players. But the level of support for these guys as well. They love, you know, they love golf. You know, let's just say that.
Well, we saw that when Tommy Fleetwood came through. They were chanting his name. They knew that history was out there for the taking. Certainly would have been a different story had Tommy been able to make that putt on 18 for birdie to shoot 62, but he did just about all he could. Third shot for Berger comes up a little short. This was so fun to watch, and you know, coming after yesterday and all the talk, Paul, about the golf course setup and the wind and the conditions and the controversy and all that, what stood front and center in the heart of the stage today was just great golf.
Well, was it ever? And you know, it ended up being survival of the fittest, I think, and just the enormity of trying to pull this off when it's all you think about, you know, growing up as a kid. I mean, I made so many putts to win the U.S. Open as a kid, so many putts to win the Masters as a kid, and then when you have a chance to realize that dream, that's a big dream, man. And he just came in with a philosophy and a strategy, and Koepka came right out of the gates and said, I'm the most confident man here. That's a big statement.
66 on Friday got him back into the conversation, weathered the storm, so to speak, yesterday. And of those 4 golfers that came in to the final round tied at 3 over par, the start of their day, Brooks Koepka was the only one under par, shot 68.
Well, he deserves it. He made some really clutch putts, just like he did last year. Now we're looking at Daniel Berger. I'm not sure what he felt on the inside, but you know, this is a great learning lesson for Daniel Berger. I think when you put it all together and realize how hard the course is, and you know, you played pretty steady. He was only 5 over there just an hour or 2 ago with an outside chance. And
I think he showed pretty well today with the pressure that was on 2 Florida State golfers in the top 10, including our champion Brooks Koepka. They were on the same team for a short while collegiately. And a round of 3 over par for Daniel Berger. This for bogey for Tony Finau.
Can't help but think when he missed the putt on 17, the wind just kind of went out of his sails. A careless tee shot at the last. Through a terrible lie. Wasn't able to get it back on the fairway. But he got a real taste of major championship pressure, and it's a sad finish for Tony Finau.
Even for his day before that. And he takes a double at 18 to shoot 72. However, his best finish in a major, he's a young man, he's a powerful player, and you have to feel the best is yet to come for Tony Finau.
Well, he's one of those guys that hits almost every shot solid.
Ladies and gentlemen. We're going to take it to break and then come back, and we will have the ceremony here at Shinnecock Hills and hear from our champion, as we did a year ago in Wisconsin. We shall now in the state of New York. Brooks Koepka, back-to-back U.S. Open championships. Back after this. Fox Sports coverage of the 118th U.S. Open Championship is sponsored by Lexus. Experience amazing. By Titleist, the #1 ball played at the U.S. Open for 70 straight years and counting. By American Express. By Deloitte, there's opportunity where you least expect it. Look again. Well, Brooks Koepka has talked recently about how he feels he's underachieved in his career. And now he and Jenna again celebrating the U.S. Open Championship. We'll give you some of the highlights today. What a round for Tommy Fleetwood. I mean, you just can't say enough. That for birdie at 14. It's the 3 over for the championship. Here he is at 15 for birdie.
He was part of the group that we included as the potential or the most explosive players. And boy, did he explode today with a 7 under par 63. He hit such a nice shot here to the last. They misread this putt. They wanted it inside the hole. He started it inside the hole, and it wasn't enough break.
He told Shane O'Donoghue he was aware of the history that was out there for him. That close to the first 62 in U.S. Open history. He has to settle for the 6th 63. Patrick Reed just on fire to start his day. Here he is at the 5th for birdie. He's feeling it.
He came out of there like a rodeo bull.
Here he is at 7 for birdie.
This was a great putt, a little sidewinder.
That's his 5th birdie through the first 7 holes on Sunday at the U.S. Open.
He hit every shot pin high, Joe, and kept hitting them inside 10 feet, inside 6 feet, inside 3 feet. It was one after another and it looked like the Masters champion was going to get after it all the way to the end, but it didn't happen. Dustin Johnson lost his touch, lost his feel at some point during the round yesterday, and was not able to get it back today.
In for par at the 7th. He misses it, goes to 3 over. Here he is at 15 for birdie.
Well, this was a must make, and it felt like maybe he took the lid off here, but it just wasn't meant to be for Dustin Johnson. He's only going to lose this championship by 2 shots, and he just couldn't putt it in the ocean the last 2 days.
But the story of the day and in the end of the week, Brooks Koepka. The champion, you go back to the tough par 3 second, his tee shot.
Incredibly tough hole, 3rd most difficult all week.
He had just missed a short birdie putt on 1. And after sticking it close, he makes birdie to get to 2 over. Now here he is at 12 for par.
Joe, when you're stacked in there with 4 guys tied for the lead, it really is a race to see who can get the most comfortable, the fastest. And Brooks Koepka showed that he was pretty comfortable physically and mentally.
How about this shot? 3rd shot in the par 5 16th.
This was the shot of the championship, I feel, for Brooks Koepka. Nobody got it back there today in the last 3 hours that we watched, except Brooks Koepka.
It turned out to be a big shot because he made birdie to get to even and extend his lead. And now here at 18.
Well, after an excruciating wait in the fairway, he tugged it way to the left, got a pretty good break off the grandstands, 2 putts to win. He just jiggled that right up there, no problem.
He tapped that in for bogey. With that, even though not official at that particular moment, he wins back-to-back U.S. Open championships. What a pair. He and Ricky Elliott, his caddy, as they find their way to the finish line in his last 7 major appearances. See what he's done. It has been an incredible body of work.